in my veins, spilling facts is my quest. I'm breaking the mold, no mainstream appeal. Just a kid with a dream and a heart made of steel. I sift through the data, the left and the right. No bias, no agenda, just seeking the light. They laugh at my setup, my low-res dream, but my words cut deeper than the corporate scream. I guess I'm too raw, too rough, too plain, but I'm spitting my heart, not chasing some game. No corporate leash, no puppet on strings. I'm free in my words, hear the truth that I bring. No big channel shine, no glitter, no fakes. Minimal effort, just me and my takes. I'm speaking the truth, let the whole world know. Small time streamer, but that's how I roll. Do my words hit hard, give the system the chills. Minimal effort, no budget, no frills. I'm carving my path, let the fire erupt. Small time dreamer with a voice that's enough. I'm the spark in the dark, the glitch in the code, carving my lane on this uncharted road. Million subs, no viral fame, but I'm owning the truth and I'm changing the game. I'll scream till my lungs give out, till the signal's dead. Every word that I speak is the blood that I bled. No big channel shine, no glitter, no fakes. Minimal effort, just me and my takes. I'm speaking the truth, let the whole world know. Small time streamer, but that's how I roll. Do my words hit hard, give the system the chills. Minimal effort, no budget, no frills. I'm carving my path, let the fire erupt. Small time dreamer with a voice that's enough.
Hey guys, happy freaking Monday. Oh my god, it's Monday. And I gotta tell y'all something. Monday right now has a whole different meaning because apparently here in Washington, we're supposed to be getting like a month's worth of rain in a course of 3 days here. So it has been like windstorm, rainstorm, like alternating back to back over here. It's been absolutely insane. The weather has been nuts. So, yeah, it's been a Monday, I tell you. Actually, I was planning on taking the day off because I worked all weekend. And I had to go into work for a few hours, which turned into a few more hours than I was planning on. I was actually doing real life work right before I started the stream. So it's been actually my quote unquote day off to recover. Hasn't really been much of a day off. Yeah, Sally, it's a lot of rain. So ever since we moved at the beginning of October, we're in the same town we were before, and there's trees everywhere. So it shouldn't make a difference. But here, for some weird reason, 5 minutes from our previous address, we are getting more like branches falling, more pine cones hitting the roof of our house. Like anytime it's windy, it is just getting insane. We grow. Yeah, equilibrium, it's nuts. It is crazy. So I had to drive to work today. Weather was insane. Wind was like, I don't know, 50 miles an hour or some shit like that. So it's been nuts. So as long as everything else stays good, I don't think we're going to have any problems with the stream getting interrupted. The weather's pretty chill right now outside. But just, forewarning you guys, I know my internet connection has not been fantastic since moving. I'm still going to talk to the homeowner about maybe putting in a cable outlet closer towards like the living room so I can get the cable router over there. Yeah, Luigi, we're trying to be safe. It's Washington. Washington normally has ass weather this time of year, but this has been exceptionally bad. Better rain than snow. Well, we don't really get a whole lot of snow, DB Wild. You have to go like into the mountains, or like Eastern Washington gets extreme hot and extreme cold. That whole Puget Sound, middle of Washington state, you really don't get a whole lot of snow. It's mostly rainy weather, a lot of wind, occasionally the occasional lightning storm and all that. Anyways, guys, I'm glad you're all here. Just a quick reminder for anybody who's been watching the price of RAM going up, and of course the price of GPUs is probably going to be going up next. If you're still looking to get a computer before all the prices skyrocket and you're not interested in building it yourself, Check out Meta PCs. Again, I've had a deal with them for about a year and a half now. These guys are awesome. Zach is the real deal. Really cool guy, the owner of the company. So yeah, just check them out. Link down below if you guys are still looking for a computer. Dude, I know that you are massively ahead of me as far as like time zones and stuff. So I get it. One of these days I'll start streaming earlier in the day. In the meantime, not a whole lot that I can do. If you like to remember, stick your thumb. I always joke around, especially over like Cult Classic Cage. I'm like, hey man, I liked the stream twice. Apparently, if you hit a like, that's not the right effect. Let's go over some of this quick stuff that I've seen the last couple days. Gaming news, some reveals, some other garbage. My hopes are slowly fading away of building a PC. You know, truth, the thing about it is, I saw somebody had posted about it. It's one of those memes, you know, you're waiting for the right time to buy something. You're waiting for the right time. It's like, no, now. If you don't want to spend $800 on RAM, you know, in a month, then pay $400 now. And I get it. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek statement because I can't afford to spend $400 on RAM sticks right now either. The point is that everyone who's like, oh, I'm just going to wait for it to go back down. It's like, yeah, it might not ever go back down at this point. That's the craziest part. I was talking with somebody else at this work thing that I was doing this weekend. And of course, she's probably on like the other side of politics. And we're talking about the economy. And she's like, well, you saw Costco suing the administration over the tariffs and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but really, prices have been going up since COVID. And I told her that I'm like, the reality is, regardless of politics, once prices go up, they never come back down. So regardless of who you voted for or, you know, what you look at as far as the economy and the reasons for everything being expensive, it's like, look, I have already stated that there's plenty of things Trump has done that I either don't agree with, don't like, or I feel like we haven't gotten the Trump 2.0 that we were expecting. You know, so I'll definitely be willing to say when somebody screws up, they screw up, you know. But blaming one of these things like the price of RAM sticks or, you know, just the economy in general on the current guy, it's like, yeah, the economy could be better, and I've got plenty of things to say about that. But it's not just one president or one administration or one 4-year term. Once these companies are convinced that they can keep the prices high, it doesn't matter who's in office, it doesn't matter who's in power, the prices never come back down on most things. Look at the price of gas. I mean, in my state, we just kind of accept that if you're paying under $4 a gallon, that's an okay price to pay. Where's my dog? I hear him walking around out there. Gonna have to be a millionaire just to build one. So what they're going to do, because again, they are, hey geek, they are really affecting, and Cage is here. My blind ass is here. Sorry in advance for typos. Cage, I'll just assume you're drunk, okay? Spent $500 for a headlight. Yeah, exactly. Recently snagged a couple 16 gigabyte RAM sticks for a little under 200. Best deal I could find. DB, are those DDR4 or 5? I'd say be a millionaire in the future. I just want to be a stay-at-home dad. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I mean, even you have to be an even richer millionaire nowadays to really be able to do that. I was thinking about it because, like, anybody who wins the lottery nowadays, if you win a few $100,000, you are not set for life. You win the Mega Millions, $500 million, you're set. DDR5 for under 200, that's not bad. I can't even find anybody who's selling like 32 or 64 gigs of DDR4 because all my 3 computers in my house are on DDR4. Always one excuse after another to raise prices. Yeah. Oh my God. I want to see one of you guys doing Dance Dance Revolution. All right. So I'm not trying to cut the stream short tonight. I do want to try to get through as much of this as quickly as possible because I know we tend to kind of run on and not finish all my topics. Tonight, it's only the 2 topics that I have, but there is some other fun stuff that we could go over if we have time. So apparently, let's go to this one right here. Let me see if I have this set up properly. I don't. I need to get rid of that stinger transition. China is making their own Call of Duty game set in World War II. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick. Not sure how loud it is, so we'll start off a little bit lower. Not always drunk. That's a little loud. So, I'm gonna assume the bad guy in this game is the Japanese. And to be fair, Japan was pretty brutal to China in World War II. This is like really freaking brutal, just from the trailer alone. This is news to you. Always drunk, says the eye. No, guys, I had that one beer at dinner on Saturday night, came home and tried that IPA, and then I tried streaming Transients, and I was like, okay, I just can't focus. DDR4 and 5 hybrid motherboards. Well, yeah, but a lot of those cultural division between a lot of the Asian cultures, it's because they've been at war, culturally had issues with each other for so many years now. Prepping for China, war with China? I don't know. You can ask Mari about that. I don't know that much about current state, what's going on with Japan. I'm going to be a little critical, though. I know that China definitely has a lot of these studios that are heavily investing in AI, kind of like a lot of the studios here are starting to do. This almost feels like more of like an AI trailer than an actual game trailer, like actual gameplay. They say white people invented racism. Tencent Timu propaganda, probably. Ooh, we've got a view bot on Twitch. Cheap viewers on Streamboo. I have no idea what he's saying. 赵兄弟，要是不嫌弃，就请来担任皇协军队长。今天晚上，我们得先去喝两杯，然后再。It's a whole lot of Chinese talking or Japanese that I don't understand. Oh, he looked angry. See, this just straight up looks like propaganda. This doesn't even look like a game like promo. This looks more like a movie, like a piece of promotional material for a movie or something. That's crazy. Tonight, let's drink. Call of Duty game set in 1989. I dare you, China. Oh, they want you to sign up for the red note. I mean, it looks more like angry or tired, hard to tell with Asians. Ouch. Now one views bad bot. Well, I didn't pay for the bot. Come on. You know me better than that, don't you? I'm not paying for viewers. Some good news here. We got Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is in development at Madhead Games and Saber Interactive, according to legal documents via Stephen Totillo. Disney and Lucasfilm are also planning a full remake of Knights of the Old Republic 2 with Obsidian's cut content included. So that's some good news for some of you guys out there. Those are Chinese, not Japanese. I don't know. So I'm sorry, guys. I do also have... I'm going to be on, like, massive cough drop rotation. I'm not sick. But for some weird reason, every time I go outside and do yard work, and I'm out there in the rain today, I was picking up tree branches, and then I had to go to work, and I was unloading my car in the rain. My sinuses are shot today. I've done everything I can. I've taken medication. I've done... I tried Flonase. I did the squirt up the nose thing, which I never do. But I can't knock this sinus crap out. So my apologies. Saber CEO is based. Yeah, Matthew Kark. Pretty cool dude. Actually, he's a pretty legit guy. I don't know if you guys saw this from Goon Swarm Games. I have no idea who Goon Swarm is, but apparently they shut down their studio after controversy around AI. Ian Fisher from Kingmakers says, you shut down after 6 years of work because of a, quote, mistaken accusation, WTF. Either this is a lie or you're too fragile for this world. Imagine what would happen if your game received a negative review. Their statement was, our project and everything we built over the past 6 years was canceled in a few days. Our studio was mistakenly accused of using AI-generated art in our games, and every attempt to clarify our work only escalated the situation. In the last few hours, we received a large number of threats, insults, and mockery, which pushed us towards a very difficult decision. We're truly sorry for the artists who put their soul into this and supported our studio, only to face false AI accusations. It's tough to pour so much energy into a game. I'm getting like Day After Tomorrow vibes again. You guys remember that game? Into a game and it caught in the middle of an AI war by accident. We decided to shut down the studio and all future activities. This is not something you would actually do if you weren't using AI. Big plus being done by Saber. I'm arguing with myself. There was a bot advertising a kick. You know me better. Oh, the Postal game. Okay. Yeah, I remember hearing about that one. Community Note says, context for people just seeing this, new Postal game trailer dropped. It was AI art, game made by another studio, Goon Swarm. They made a fake speed paint to prove no AI used. People dig for info. Other games also AI. I guess they decided to run away after being called out. Interesting. Now, ironically, I have seen some people coming out to defend them, saying it's okay if you don't like AI in games and art, but don't attack a studio just for using AI because everyone's using AI. And I understand that concept, that argument. The problem is it sounds like this is straight up just using AI, relying on AI to make their games. So I have heard of looks maxing. That's a Gen Zer thing. Typically, I mean, I think looks maxing is more of like the effeminate gay guy kind of thing, or your general like e-thoughts, wannabe insta-ho influencer type. So, oh, the McDonald's AI generated commercial is so bad. It is garbage. It makes the Coke one look like, you know, Rembrandt. It's terrible. Yeah, Luigi, I'm pretty neutral on the AI stuff also because I think people that do it well, you're not going to be able to know it's AI. And then the rest of it just looks like slop anyways. So, long as the final product's polished, I don't care if they use it or not. It's just another tool. Yeah, again, I think most people feel that way. It's just another tool. Okay, now I don't know who this Hustle Bitch account is. Somebody that's got 200,000 followers on Twitter. A demon monolith just appeared in the California desert, smoking, covered in human faces, and nobody knows who put it there. Again, false. I don't know if you guys have seen this video. This monolith kicking around. This was put there by the Game Awards, which I am going to try to get home early on Thursday and stream the Game Awards. I could either do that or maybe just do like an after stream like my usual time. I would love to stream it while it's actually live, so I might either stay at work late and just stream from work, or I might try to come home and have the wife take the kids out of the house for a little bit. We'll see. When even big brands are using AI, it's really crazy. Don't diss Mickey D. You know, the AI ad is so bad. Do an after stream? I mean, I could do that. I don't really care for doing like the reaction stream type stuff, like when it's happening. Generative AI is too popular to ever go away. Yeah, but, you know, honestly, Leonardo DiCaprio, and I don't really have much use for the guy, he did say something earlier that I thought was pretty spot on. He's not too worried about AI because he's like, most AI slop, or he didn't use the word slop. It's just, you know, the stuff that goes viral. It disappears after 5 minutes. It just kind of gets relegated to the dustbin of the internet and people move on with their day, you know? Merrick confirmed it's not related to Lords of the Fallen 2, but Equilibrium, can we be honest? It was never going to be related to Lords of the Fallen 2 because I don't see the Game Awards hyping up a game made by CI Games. I mean, with the amount that he has gone on the warpath with, you know, against the DEI stuff, I don't see Game Awards touching CI Games games with a 10-foot pole. New From Software? I don't know, maybe. Could be. Nobody's confirmed anything yet. Jason Schreier said it was Elder Scrolls 6, I think, but I could be wrong about that one. Phil Chan was talking about this during a Saturday Project A-Roll stream. He lives about an hour from it. Went and took a bunch of pictures. People checking it out have no clue. Most saw it glow at night and want to check it out. Nobody's really sharing to the normies what it is. Jeff Keighley spoke with Eurogamer and said, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but let's just say the world will never be the same and the reckoning will soon be upon all sinners. Tune into the Game Awards sponsored by Spotify. I think a lot of people have been speculating like Bloodborne. I don't know. I think Game Awards will be changing. The pendulum is swinging away from woke. Yeah, I know. To a certain degree. To a certain degree, you're right. You're not wrong.
Need to be liked? Absolutely not.
Yo, Smeg.
Do I need to be liked?
Smeg with the 5 gifted. Hey, buddy.
Do I need to be liked?
Oh, my dog is laying outside the door. I should let him in.
To be liked.
Dude, hope you have been well. I know I have not been streaming a whole lot lately, but we're done with the crazy work season. I should have my weekends back to normal, other than like Christmas and stuff, obviously being whatever that's going to be, you know? But dude, thank you for the 5 gifted, man. You're the best. Is the Game Awards showing that they bow to Moloch? Yeah, I mean, Black Cat, you might be onto something. I don't know. Could be onto something there. Oh god, okay, so speaking of portals to hell, I do have to show you guys. I know every time we stream on like Monday or Wednesday, yeah, all's well, other than my younger son has this weird infection on his finger that he woke up with. It was a little red around the bottom of his fingernail. Now this thing is massive. Took him to the urgent care, and they said that it has to get worse or better before they can do anything. So if it gets better, you know, a little bit of antibiotic cream and he's good. If it gets worse, they're going to have to pop it, lance it, you know. But it's let the dog in. Well, that's if he even wants in. If I let him in, he's going to want out. Watch this. Papa. Come on. See, now he's in here. He has no idea what to do. Come here. Come on. It's like, but Dad, I don't want to stay in here and you're going to shut the door. Put on a shock collar. He doesn't even have a regular collar on. We know who let the dog in, but who will let the dog out? Yeah. Make it. No, my dog is very straight. The problem is he thinks that the girl kitty cat is supposed to be his girlfriend. So, all right. So this one says, meet Sheree Smith. She just announced she's running for Congress in North Carolina. Twerking for votes may be the Democrats' new strategy, the best Democrats can come up with. Oh, I'm gonna make sure the sound's muted because I don't know what she's twerking to, and frankly, I don't care. Just this is somebody running for office. Do you guys remember a couple years ago, last year, maybe 2 years ago, there was that chick that was like twerking on her head in her thong. This person is running for political office. Okay. Yeah. We're not a serious country anymore, okay? Well, we're still seriously not a serious country if we actually elect people like this. Again, she's running for Congress in North Carolina. So if anybody in North Carolina, this one's on you if she wins. Okay, here you go. If you don't find this attractive, you're probably fat phobic. Oh my god. This is too much. Again, so I'm going to leave these on mute, guys, because I don't want to possibly play copyrighted music. Oh my god. All right, I'm on record. I'm on record saying I like thick. Okay, thick is fine with me. This is like 12 women crammed into 4 bodies. One sturdy floor. Liberal black women are the useful idiots of the Democrat Party. I mean, couldn't you say the same thing about liberal white women too, though? I know that white women are still more like a 45-55 split, conservative versus liberal. And Democrat women, it's like 80% black women vote Democrat. So it's a much bigger percentage, like per capita ratio. But at the same time, black women only make up like 5% of the population or something. Thick is hot? Yeah, that's this goes beyond thick. Disney adults, exactly. That's what we're looking at here. Then you got, what was the other one I had? Let me see. My internet's being slow, apparently. Oh, okay. This one you have to watch with sound, okay? I'm sorry, guys. This one we have to have sound on because it's just too much. Hang on. Let me get my volume turned up here.
What I hate the most, when I pull up at a motherfucker drive-thru, order my food, and I get finished, and motherfucker say, okay, thank you, pull around. Bitch, how much easy? Because I might not fucking got it. They kills me with that shit, bitch. Damn, tell me a price or some bitch.
She put her eyelashes on her forehead. Guys, I'm gonna play it again for you because I'm sure most of you have no idea what she said. Hang on.
know what I hate the most? When I pull up at a motherfucker drive through, order my food, and I get finished, and motherfucker say, okay, thank you, pull around. Bitch, how much easy? Because I might not fucking got it. They kills me with that.
These are what they call their baby hairs, I'm pretty sure, right? That's what those are. And then they glue them down. It's a black female trend. I've said that on Twitter before. I'm like, I don't know when this started becoming a trend. I don't know why. I don't understand. Like, as a white man, if I was to date a black woman, I wouldn't want a black woman that always had wigs on. I wouldn't want a black woman who does that with her hair. Give me one of those gals with like the frizzy natural hair. I'd be fine with that, right? That's a thing, dude. You didn't know that? Look it up. Look up like baby hairs, black women. Yeah, Lugia, she's complaining that they don't tell you your total price at the drive-thru, and her whole thing is, I might not have money for it when I get up there. So obviously there are varying degrees to how terrible this can look. This is probably the worst I've ever seen, but it's the same thing. So here we go. Some retard on Twitter was complaining because the Marvel Studio projects releasing in 2026 have Man, X-Men, Punisher, Spider-Man, Avengers with Captain America on the front, Avengers Doomsday, and of course Vision Quest. And they're like, no female leads, only one POC as a lead. Look what the fan base's incelism and complaining led us to. And then Yellow Flash came back with account based in India. I'm like, yeah, it just makes sense. Looks like those big eyelashes were misplaced is all. Yeah, exactly. It's ugly. Just stop destroying your hair. As a black man, our women have been trained to waste tons of money on this nonsense. Yeah, that's the thing, Black Cat. It's the craziest thing. I don't understand it. And again, I've never I've known some black chicks that I thought were like really pretty. Like I was telling my kids when I was a teenager, there was this one that was flirting with me at like this fair event that I was doing. And I was like way too shy to actually like ask her for her number. But I'm like, yeah, you know, but it just depends on. It's just sad because all these trends you see with all of them, with again the wigs, with all the nails, the 9-inch nails, no pun intended, all coming off their fingers and shit. It's like, who wants that, man? You've neither heard nor seen these before, really? I saw this Rage Bait post from that account. I didn't even think to look it up. Once in a while, when you see certain things that are posted, you go, oh, wait a second, I have to, I got to check the location, right? And it always pans out that it's some other country. That joke's going to lead you into downward spiral. Oh, another fun fact. Apparently after VoiceMod and Elgato's Stream Deck software both updated, I no longer have like icons for my sound effects. So now I have to go back through, reload all of my sound effects on my Stream Deck and put icons so I can actually see what the hell the sound is. So I don't have a Stream Deck for a while until I can figure that shit out. So more software just screwing my life up right here. This one here. I know we were talking about obese people and lol cows, I guess you could say. And we got David Jaffe here. This is one that I saw. No females in this movie, whereas Bob's and Pachin. Guys, I saw a clip of this dude playing GTA 5, this Indian guy, checking out all the virtual girls as they walk by. Like, practically gooning to these girls in the game. And he's just creeping. I'm like, ooh, like as the NPCs walk past him. It was the creepiest thing ever. If you end up on Twitter Comic Sphere, you get a word with this post. Oh, fun. That's good to know. Soundboard Station, it's web-based. You won't need to reload again. Interesting. I need to look that up. How are you doing, Hook? Been raided. Who were we raided by? Yo, Moxie raid. How come I didn't see the notification? Probably because I got that stupid poll up at the top I should have dismissed a while ago. Yo, Moxie. You know, it's like I go a few months and I forget that you and I both stream on Mondays. How are you doing, Moxie? Hope life's going well for you. Appreciate the raid. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Daxinar. I see you an awful lot these days when I'm over in Leon's stream. I know some ladies who had loser curls even when we were kids, so I know it wasn't a wig. Looser curls. But yeah, natural hair, even if frizzy or an afro is ideal, I would even take bald over that. Right. No, I would... Look, 3 viewers on Kick. No, dude. If they're on Kick, they're bots. I don't have real people on Kick. There's just no way, man. Yeah, I figured you meant looser instead of loser. No, it's all good. It's all good. Soundboard Station. Interesting. Yeah, I'd never heard of that one, but I paid for voice mod one time, so it's like 20 bucks I paid for it. It's not a subscription, so I own the damn thing. Well, Equilibrium, you count as a person, but I'm just saying, you're probably sitting in there with 2 bots. I don't know what to tell you, man. You like hanging out with those NPCs. So, thanks again, Moxie, and welcoming all you raiders. You got David Jaffe here. And I was scrolling through Twitter. This one popped up about an hour before I had all my tabs done, ready for the stream. And I was like, I could make an entire stream about this one 1 minute clip right here, okay? Oh, look at that. DB Wild's following over on Kick now. Well, I'll be damned. All right, so guys, David Jaffe tweeted, I think Arc Raiders, because it's made the extraction shooter so much more accessible to people. Anytime someone says that word accessible, I cringe. I want to throw up and die. Really has become a fascinating and disturbing psychological test. And I think we are close to hearing about some really not good stuff that goes down when people go topside. I'll prove that Kick people are real. I get black gals putting effort in their hair. My best girlfriend, she used to put a lot of effort into her hair. She's let herself go and she's like, I like my looks. And I'm like, you're lying to yourself, or you wouldn't have put all that work into your looks before. That's true. Yeah, accessibility award. So, Geek, here's the thing. The word accessibility has been, let's just say, appropriated by retards. Accessible to gamers means it's not Escape from Tarkov. You don't have to spend your entire life playing it to accomplish anything, to get good at it. I'm cool with that. Like, I love that they're saying that the game is accessible for people who aren't going to no-life the game. Yo, Mr. Hardcore Mode. What's up, my buddy? What does David Jaffe mean? I'll play it for you. We're going to play the 1 minute clip here. Arc Raiders solved the problem with people being skittish or rage quitting by giving them more gear. Yes. Dude, I saw this streamer saying that Arc Raiders needs to change the free loadout system. They need to do this, that they need to change that. I'm like, guys, can we stop? The game has been out for like less than 2 months. It has set records. Everybody loves it. The game is fantastic. There's nothing you need to change about the game. And they're already over here saying, oh, we need to nerf this. We need to change this. Guys, developers nerfing games is what kills great games. Apex Legends, I wish had never gone past Season 1. I wish they had never swapped out the weapons. I wish they had never put like care package weapons in there. I wish they had never, altered how the firing patterns and the recoil patterns and the types of ammo. They completely destroyed the game Apex Legends for me with all the nerfing and everything they've been doing. All right, Patriot, have a good night, buddy. So for me, the minute people start saying, oh, we need to change this about a game that's working perfectly fine, I'm like, stop. Just please stop. So waiting for the 1930s Democrat version. Oh, man. No such thing as a puma or a walrus? What? Failed as a father? Yeah, no, David Jaffe happily has a trans kid, apparently. Yeah, no, the devs killed Apex for me. All right, so here is what his concern is about the future for Arc Raiders, okay? Just listen to this retardation.
Virtual sexual assault happening in Arc Raiders. A social experiment, which is what it is. It's fascinating and disturbing when you look at how people treat each other in this game.
Well, this is unfortunate, gentlemen. Who wants to go first?
There's only one guy?
Rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to go first?
How about you take it?
You want to go out? Nope, you get to watch your friend die first.
I don't think we're that far away from hearing our first story of some kind of virtual sexual assault happening in Arc Raiders.
We didn't even have to get 30 seconds, 29 seconds. 29 seconds into this clip. And he starts doing the whole, we're going to have people getting sexually assaulted in Arc Raiders. Oh my God. Dude is a straight up retard, guys. He is a straight up retard. Look, I've played, 100 plus matches now, 200 plus matches. I don't know. I've lost count. That's how great Arc Raiders is, because in the span of an hour, if you have quick matches and you're using free loadouts and you just get killed instantly, there are so many people, the servers are so good, you reconnect in a matter of minutes and you're back in the game, right? So I don't even know how many matches I've played. My character's like level 40 something. Like, I've maxed out my stash. I've done a bunch of the quests. He's vegan Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine's not great himself, to be honest. I've heard some pretty terrible opinions from Tim Kaine. The king of cuck? Yeah, pretty much. Guy with the molested kid is worried about... There's no way he was the driving force behind that game. Right. When the actual developer made God of War, Jeff Kicks is not it.
Are the best way to show someone how much you care. It is
They
like
do
this
that in
tangible
Gears of
thing
War.
that you can point to and say, hey man, I love you. This many dollars worth.
Oh, they do that in Gears of War game a whole.
A-hole. Yeah, I know you have to get around the YouTube super chat words that you can't say, but thanks for the 2, Lugia. No, the thing is, I have played so many matches of that game, and I, honest to God, don't understand why everybody freaks out that you see so many people going, oh, there's so many mean people, and there's so many toxic people. Yeah, you get guys who are occasionally shit-talking. Look, I have played now for more hours than I can recall, more matches than I can recall on Arc Raiders. Never once have I come across somebody saying the bundle of sticks word, the N word, none of that. Not a single time. Not a single freaking time, guys. And yet somehow this game is so toxic and so evil. I could hop on Insurgency Sandstorm right now. There's probably 150 people in the world playing that game, and you will hear somebody screaming the N-word at some point, okay? I don't get how these people exist. Like David Jaffe, I don't understand how he exists. He said some dumb shit, but at least he seems to actually be happy. Jaffe does seem miserable, you're right. He really does. Bet you he means teabag is sexual assault. Is it still sexual assault if they're body type 2, though? Can you get teabagged by body type 2? Can body type 2 have teabags? I love when I find villains in Arc Raiders. Most people on my servers are too nice. Dude, okay, I was the villain a couple of nights ago. I load in with these 2 random guys, and we're talking to these people, and we're like, we're friendly, you friendly? And they're like, oh, we're cool. And we're like, oh, we'll be cool, no worries. And the guy's like, hey, do you want to go kill those guys? And I'm like, sure, whatever. So we just went straight up and followed them and ambushed them, killed all 3 of them, and that was it, right? That was the end of it. That was my one like villain moment in that game. Damn, that's crazy. I had a weird notification pop up. That's interesting. Oh, I know why that is. Never mind. I love when body types 2 teabag me. I think most of us do, to be honest. You know, Cage, it was one of those rare moments where I had a little evil streak in me, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? We should do it. We should totally do it, and we did, and we won, and that was great. And eventually, we got our comeuppance, and somebody else killed us too. So,
to show someone how much you care.
Karma, a little bit of karma.
This tangible thing that you can point to and say, hey man,
Oh my God,
I love
this
you.
right here.
This many dollars worth.
Imagine complaining about PvP in a PvP game, just because of voice chat. This guy hasn't played games. Hate to use this word, but he is a snowflake.
Yeah, no, that is the thing, and thanks for the 5 Smeg, dude. You were freaking awesome. No, it's I look, people throw around the term snowflake and grifter and Nazi and all the other terms, whether it's that you're weak or that you're a fascist or that you're evil or you're a villain or you're pathetic or a loser or an incel. Words no longer have meaning. I feel like we need to take about a dozen or more words out of the English vocabulary and say none of these words are allowed to be used anymore until we figure out better words to replace them that are more accurately descriptive, if you will. But at this point now, David Jaffe just seems like a giant wet fart. I mean, he just seems pathetic. I hope he is. There's where he gets for being such a failure. Yeah.
Mean that like it's the same thing as real assault. I'm not an idiot. I'm not saying that. It's not going to be long when you've seen the way some of these people are treating people who are down, and it's like, hey, I won't kill you if you do this. Well, how long before it's a woman's voice, and it's probably a woman because you can tell when they're using the filter.
Oh my God.
And it's like, all right, sweetheart, I want you to do this or say this or whatever, and I won't kill you. I mean, it's terrible, but I could see it. It's very Lord of the fucking Flies, man. It is a very interesting psychological test along with being a great game. I think it's very important. I think it's a very important game.
I honestly don't know what to say right now. That has got to be the most retarded take I have ever heard. Okay. First off, most people 99% of the time are just going to kill you. Secondly, the only way they know you're a woman is if you're talking in public chat, not in your group chat. Third, the woman, if it's even a woman on the other side of the microphone, can do what I do. Whenever I get downed, if I know my teammates can't get me back up, I try to like sneak off to where the biggest, baddest robot is and basically say, hey, you know, F you, you're not going to give my stuff unless you kill that guy, right? And then, of course, they can't kill it because it's like a bastion or something that's like monstrous. And that's about the best you can do, and then I leave the match. Rarely do I stick around to let the guy execute me. Most of the time, I just leave, right? That's it. You're down, your teammates are down, you leave. I don't bother negotiate. I don't negotiate with terrorists, right? I don't bother negotiating with these guys. What kind of retarded statement is this? That, oh, how long until you have guys that are like, well, you have to do something for... It's a freaking video game, David. Oh my God. He's complaining about what ifs and not what is. Typical retard argument. Yeah. Is this what they call a straw man argument? I know it's in the wrong context, obviously, but he's arguing about things that are easily avoidable that don't even exist at the moment. Back then, words didn't hurt you. They still don't. Gaming has been replaced by women and sissy boys. It's the strangest thing. You know, he's got a whole ass video about this, guys. There's a whole ass 14-minute video. Oh my God, this thing fell off. I thought I get bad views sometimes because I don't upload regularly. Man's got 60,000 subscribers almost. 12 days ago, he posted this 1,500 views. Wow, that's terrible. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Hardcore Mode. He's already said he'd bang Alyssa, so. Yeah, it wouldn't be a straw man technically because he's not misrepresenting another person's argument. Correct. That's why I said it's the wrong context, wrong situation. But he is trying to create a scenario that doesn't exist as a what if, like a whataboutism. And it's just pathetic. Where are my bigoted deafs? Well, unfortunately, I think there's less and less of them in the industry anymore. Let me see. He's playing with dolls. Fallacious argumentation, yes. I don't play much multiplayer. Even I know how harsh that environment can be, but such assumptions are absolutely ridiculous. Dude, I watched a video of this dude. He's got to be like, I don't know if he's a nobody, but he certainly isn't somebody that most people would recognize as like a big streamer. Talking about how traumatized he was from this interaction he had with two guys that he thought were going to be friendly. Then they downed him, and then they wouldn't pick him up, and he's basically just begging them to pick him up in the game. And then they won't, and then they execute him. And it's like, it's a freaking video game, man. You're going to deal with dicks online all the time. Toughen up or get off the internet. That's just the way the world works. Why he's making people bomb in his society will later on have to deal with. Yeah, Black Cat, that's a great question. You know, that is a great question. It does seem like he enjoys shafting dudes. Whoa! Yo, DB, that's back to our original conversation when the stream started. Have I covered brainless Tim Pool yet? I am getting there. Actually, we're getting there right now because I don't think I want to bother covering this David Jaffe video. So let's get on with Tim Pool. 25 viewers, 17 likes, shame on you. You know what? Hey, we have 25 viewers. Can't complain too much about that. So guys, I have to get into my inner Tim Pool here. Okay. The only difference is between me and Tim, I have a better beard, and although my hair is receding, I probably have more hair than he does. Just saying. For PvP, just play games with friends that you know. I mean, that's definitely the smart way to do it. Rest in peace, Twitch chat. You know, Oblivion, I was sure that if anybody that wasn't part of my usual streaming audience came into my Twitch chat a few weeks ago when I was dressed up as that Muslim terrorist, that somebody would report it to Twitch and I get banned. You know? More like a longshoreman. I'll take that as a compliment. You know, the funny thing, Leon, is that I actually have a bunch of these in gray and black. I freaking love wearing beanies, man. I love beanies. That's not ugly as fuck. Well, you know what? I'll take that as a compliment too. I've got a better nose than Tim. I have a much better nose than Tim. Tim also is the one that was simping for Eliza Blue. I told you, Leon, a couple years ago with that whole Eliza Blue thing. I had a video that I did a lot of work on, actually a lot of investigative work. I contacted a organization that they basically rented out motivational speakers, and I was talking to them about the rates for the gal that Annie Downwald, that was Eliza Blue's friend. And so I was investigating that. Annie Donowald's daughter-in-law contacted me, and I was communicating with her for a while. It was a big deal. Brittany Venti shared that video, got like 25,000 views on it, and this was when I had like 100 subscribers. So at that point there, I unsubscribed from Timcast, and I never watched Timcast ever again. Not on VODs, not on a live stream. The most I've seen of Tim Pool since the Eliza Blue incident has been 1 or 2 minute clips online. That is it. I straight up said, no, I'm done. Tim went scorched earth on Candace Owens. Yeah, but that's just like two retards fighting. I mean, look, I said in Leon's stream the other day, I'm like, look, Candace Owens might be wrong about everything, and she could just be a lying, grifting, evil retard. But I'm going to believe that at least half of what she says has a chance at being true. Isn't even, you haven't heard that name in 5 years? You know, Hook, she's trying to make a comeback. I think she's starting to put more videos out there. But the Eliza Blue thing, that was a big deal for a while. With his whole, you know, scrotes my goats, go F yourself kind of thing. Only ever seen his annoyingly common ads. I never watched Timcast for him. Tim Pool is a terrible interviewer. He is a wretched interviewer. That is one thing I did take away from that entire Kanye thing where they had Kanye on there. Tim Pool is really bad at actually interviewing people. No, Equilibrium. I follow Brittany for her Twitter posts. I freaking love her Twitter posts. That's about the extent of it. She got pissed on by... Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about Brittany as far as like what she does in her personal life or behind the scenes. If she's just another, I mean, she calls herself what, the bimbo or e-bimbo or whatever. I don't know enough about Brittany Venti to care about her personal life. I follow her for like Equilibrium said, the Twitter posts. Let me see. Wasn't Candace in an anti-Gamergate organization? I don't know. Yeah, Candace was. Actually, Candace Owens started off as a left-wing. She had a website that doxed people. And that was her whole thing, was that she was like this leftist going after right-wing people and doxing them, putting their personal information out there. Social Autopsy. Thank you. Effectively doxing website. That's how I learned about her way back in the day. I also don't care how much of it's just in care. Yeah, Equilibrium. I just think Brittany Venti's hilarious. I'm always showing her posts to my wife. I'm like, I don't necessarily care about this person's beliefs or whatever, but this is pretty hilarious. So, podcaster Tim Pool says gunman shot at his property from a car. Now, this wouldn't surprise me. Tim has a giant mansion out in the middle of nowhere in West Virginia. He's had people kind of come and go from his property before, so this wouldn't be the first time that we've seen stuff like this happen. But the funny thing about this, I don't even know what this is. Straight Arrow News. This is one of the few things I found, few websites I found actually covering this, reported that apparently there's 86% right-wing coverage of this, only 6% left. So apparently most major left-wing publications don't feel like covering this, I guess. What's an Eliza Blue? Okay, Cage, I will give you the 30-second TLDR on who Eliza Blue is. She was an internet personality early on, like back in the early days before Elon bought Twitter. She was an influencer. She claimed to be an advocate for girls who had been trafficked, claimed she had been trafficked herself. Then it came out that in her days that she was being trafficked, she was going and doing music videos for like hip hop groups and stuff, being very promiscuous, all this kind of crap. And the dots weren't connecting when it came to her backstory. She was chasing Elon Musk. She was buddy-buddy with everyone at Timcast. She was trying to hook up with a couple of the guys. Tim Pool defended her, wouldn't investigate her, wouldn't look into her. He sent one of his reporters to her farm and her family to go talk to her. Basically, they put a fluff piece on Tim Pool's website, just basically telling her side of the story, and that was it. And then Eliza Blue dropped off the face of the planet when the entire thing fell apart. So, useless twat, enough said. Yeah. Who are we talking about? That would make her those who shall be regarded with great suspicion. Oh, she was beefing with Zoe Quinn back in the day. Oh, interesting. So she's a hypocrite hoe, basically. Yes. TLDR, she's a hoe, Tim's a simp. Basically, that, I mean, you guys, I could have just said that, but I wanted to put a little bit more context on it because I actually did a few videos on Eliza Blue. The worst part was that was back in the early days of before Andrew Tate was arrested for all the stuff in Romania, and she was claiming she was in contact with the victims. Surprise, surprise, none of that ever came out. I mean, it just is what it is. Yes, the so-called house that she had to hold abused women. This is where I investigated her friend, Annie Donowald, and that was much more interesting because her friend had a charity, did speaking engagements and stuff where she got paid thousands of dollars to show up and speak, wrote a book and all this stuff about her own personal experience, and turns out Annie Donowald was basically a lying, grifting snake who was skimming money out of her charity. And again, eventually she fell off the face of the earth as well. Thought it was during his arrest. Maybe, you know, Leon, I might be misremembering because the timelines, there was so much going on the internet at that point, and I've gotten so much older since then. So yeah, there's a lot. And to be honest, like I said, I cared a lot more about the Annie Donowald side of things because I had a more personal connection to that because the daughter-in-law reached out to me, so that was a whole Sydney Benthany. I don't care, man. Look, I think Sydney Sweeney, it's funny. I think she's definitely good looking. I like boobs. She's got a nice set. Beyond that, I've never watched a single movie she's in. I think the fact that she pisses off left-wing people is funny. Do I care whether she's right-wing or left-wing? No. So supposedly she votes Republican. That's cool, whatever. She's also kind of a hoe. So I don't care, you know? Twitch does streaming ads way better than YouTube now. Side ad is so much better than blocking the whole screen. But Oblivion, sometimes when I'm watching somebody on Twitch, it blocks my entire screen. Chicks with short hair are wackos sometimes. Most of the time. Most of the time, Door. She threw a bitch fit that Tim was saying innocent until proven guilty in terms of him. Yeah. She's in movies. Dude, she was in Madam Web. Come on. She was in one of the worst Marvel movies of all time. All right. Tim Pool, a right-wing podcaster, said a gunman started shooting at his home in West Virginia early on Friday morning. No one was hurt in the shooting, Pool said. Podcaster wrote about the incident on X, saying no one was hurt. So again, this is literally, we just read that. Shooting came days after he talked about Charlie Kirk's murder and conspiracy theories surrounding Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA. Pool said he's in contact with local police and the FBI. Several political figures, including Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene and Megyn Kelly, wrote messages of support for Poole on X shortly after the incident. So that's the short version of what happened on his property, right? I'm not going to play the 37-minute video, okay? But here's what's interesting. Tim has a quote here on his video. It says, "This was for a reason. They want to end the work that we do, and they might. My full response to the shots fired at my company." The response to this has been really interesting because you see a lot of people like this guy, Walter Kirk, comes out and says, "Make no mistake, this has been the goal, either by force or by fear, since silence the loudest voices on the right." And I agree that there are a certain amount of leftists who are willing to end the opinions that they don't like by any means necessary. It's why they say everyone's a Nazi and it's okay to punch a Nazi because they're trying to justify violence against people they don't like. It's a pretty simple argument, right? It's pretty easy to understand. 5 viewers over on Kick. Yo, what's up? What are these ads you speak of? Right. Thought she was just in my bathroom. Damn, Hook. Come on, man. Oh my God. That was a disingenuous AF article. I don't necessarily want to defend Tim, but he wasn't promoting Charlie Kirk conspiracies. He was saying the opposite, that we don't know. Oh yeah, no. So Leon, I think most people need to understand Tim Pool is very much in his traditional fence-sitting position. I've never seen him like personally endorse any conspiracy theory unless it's verifiably true. So no, I don't think that he was trying to. The article didn't come across to me that he was necessarily endorsing it, but yeah, you definitely need to make that clear. Tim wasn't saying that there was definitely conspiracy from TPUSA resulting in the death of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, that's 100% correct. Someone called Tim's police department and had no confirmation. I have the video. You are just one step ahead of me, but I do have the video. Let's see. For the up-and-coming independents, like myself and many others, I can already see where this is heading. The front line of free speech in America is going to be a war zone. It already is in some places. There will be casualties. We will lose more people. And that's a choice all of us are going to have to grapple with. Pray for this country. And I think that that's actually true. But then this guy here, Nacho Business, says, no one believes a word you say, Beanie Shapiro. Remember that time you effed a married Cast Castle member. Now, I didn't think Lydia was married at the time that her and Tim allegedly hooked up. I also muted Lydia Cruz because she's annoying as hell on Twitter. And pretended it never happened. Tell Lydia I said hi. Then you have this guy here saying Tim Pool is lying for ratings and no evidence of this shooting will ever emerge. So, Shadow of Ezra tweeted this video out. Says a U.S. veteran reached out to the sheriff's office but could not confirm Tim Pool's claims that his residence or business was allegedly shot at. The sheriff's office said that they had no knowledge of any shootings and found no calls associated with Tim Pool after searching his name. Tim Pool has warned that his show could end soon as he fears for the safety of himself and his family, and we'll get into that in a second. Yeah, I don't think she was married at the time either, Leon. So that, again... F. Slur met with Bibi and is taking Israel money. Well, I mean, then there's the fact that people said, he was taking Russian money too, though, with the whole Tencent Media, I can't remember how, Tenet Media, thank you, that was it. They got the best side of Tim for the photo. I love that people use this photo of Tim. It's absolutely hilarious. It's not a bad face shot. It's just, there's nothing here, that's all there is. I know, Tenet Media. My bad. They're in Russia, but they're not Russian. So here we go. Here is the video of this guy, apparently a U.S. veteran. Don't really know much about this dude, calling the police department over there in West Virginia.
Yeah, hi. So my name is Adam. I go by Adam the Angler online. I run like a very small...
Cage, I think that it's to legitimize it, but to your point, just being a vet alone, while again, it's admirable if you served in the military. My brother's been in the Army for like 16 years now, 17 as an officer. I don't know. He's getting closer to 20. Within the next 5 years, he'll be retired probably. And he'll tell you first and foremost that he hates it when people like tell him thank you for your service, because that guy, he has not done a damn thing in combat his entire career. Never deployed. He's been in places like, Djibouti and Poland and Germany, but he has never gone like to war. Sure, he's been deployed like overseas, but never like to a war zone. I should clarify that.
Content creator, accounts on like X and YouTube and whatnot. Anyways, Tim Pool had put out...
That is not the same beard. No, mine's much nicer.
Saying that
much
there was
nicer.
A shooting that took place at his compound, I guess, his residence / business. I have a possible address but I'm not 100%. But I just wanted to call and just verify that he...
Leon said, also, if Tim is being dishonest about this, he didn't call the police. His security team did. He was out while it happened. As for the shooting, I wager it did happen. Otherwise, he wouldn't have brought it up. I brought the Chicken City archive. Oh, okay. If you had said thank you for your service to my grandfather's day to told you to get effed. It's not a homeless beard. Hey, I've had it trimmed recently. Come on, guys. Spend some time in Djibouti too. Hell yeah.
Has contacted you guys, like he said, because something about this just doesn't add up to me. So yeah, I just wanted to see if he's being honest or not, basically.
I mean, the only shooting I'm aware of is the murder that we had up on the mountain last month. I'm not aware of any other shootings.
Okay, yeah.
I apologize for how quiet this video is. I don't understand how this happens on Twitter when people upload videos and it's just like massively quiet. I've got the volume all the way up. But he says that he only has one report of a shooting, a murder or whatever up in the mountains somewhere, not related to Tim Pool.
No one would have been hurt necessarily, he said.
Oh, not my
In
beard.
his post that it happened around 1 a.m. on the 6th of December, saying that someone approached his property and allegedly fired 3 shots. But then he said that...
Damn you, Leon.
What's that? Tim Pool. He's like a fairly large content creator. He covers a lot of like geopolitics and whatnot. Okay. And so I believe he lives within your jurisdiction. as far as I can tell. So I just
Yeah,
like.
so there are no calls associated with him. And a report was taken. So
I'm sorry. What? Say that again. You said a report was taken.
I said I just ran his name in local. So if there had been if he had reported a shooting.
The police officer Googled it, right? That's all he did. Yeah, so apparently no report of his name popping up in any police record search from their local office there, I guess, is the situation.
That we responded to in Jefferson County, it would have shown up in my system, and when I just ran his name, there's no calls associated with the shooting. Yeah, there's nothing for shootings or.
Well, Smeg, yes, to a degree, as long as it's information that would be public record anyways. So, for example, we have Facebook pages, all over Washington State. Like, I have one for my wife gets on for like police reports and police calls that are kind of funny from like small town USA kind of areas. And yeah, anything that's public information or public record, you can look up. If there was an active investigation, they probably couldn't give information about like suspects involved and all that. But just saying there was a report filed for X, Y, and Z, I imagine that there was a report that would have been filed that would have been public, record or whatnot. The quartering called it out first. Wait, the quartering called out Tim Pool. Is he trying to start beef with Tim Pool again? God, the quartering is the worst. He did that as a publicity stunt like 2 years ago with the whole Liza Blue thing to try to sell his coffee. I don't understand. Are police actually allowed to do that without a FOIA? I think so. I think they can. It just depends on if it's information that could be publicly accessible anyways, I imagine. For a full beard, it might take me 2 years. Can't do it. Yeah, this was a year, and I had to trim it twice. So.
And when I run his address, there's nothing coming up for it, or his name.
Huh. Well, okay. I appreciate that. We'll see if he produces something more on this alleged shooting. Because he's literally put nothing out other than saying there was a shooting and that he was in contact with police. And I've called you guys. You haven't heard of anything. And I even just talked to him.
Yeah, so that's the extent of that. And then, of course, I asked the worst thing possible, ChatGPT. Is there any police report or record of a reported shooting at Tim Pool's residence in West Virginia? ChatGPT says, good question based on publicly available reporting as of now. Here is what is known and what remains unknown about whether there is any publicly verifiable police record of the alleged shooting at Tim Pool's residence in West Virginia. What we do know, he publicly claimed that there was the shooting, no one was hurt. Multiple news outlets have covered it. According to at least one report, the local police agency, Harpers Ferry Police Department, indicated the incident did not occur in the jurisdiction where contacted. West Virginia State Police said that they had no information about it. As of the most recent reporting, no public confirmation, e.g. via a press release, arrest report, or official police log has been made available. So that's what we do know, right? Dude, Lugia, okay, I'm going to be honest. Oh, let me get rid of this poll since we're almost in the middle of this Tim Pool segment. Let's see what the results are. Will Tim Pool finally quit? 71% said no. That's kind of how I feel. He did this like a year ago when he talked about how he wanted to start a family and him and his girlfriend were never going to have time for kids and all that stuff, right? So in regards to that, about 4 or 5 years ago, during the whole COVID thing, when all I was doing was streaming on Twitch and I wasn't looking up any content creators or commentators on YouTube, I was just working, playing games, streaming, work, lots of work, and then streaming all night to an audience of 3 viewers. I was like, I'm just going to keep doing this and hopefully it works. Then I started, like, when the world went to shit with COVID and I started getting recommendations on YouTube for, like, different content creators, that's when I discovered the quartering. And at the time, I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know any of the backstory. But I started watching his videos during the course of the day. And for a while, I was like, hey, this guy's all right. And the quartering is actually the reason I started making videos myself. Because I'm like, you know what? Sure, I don't have much of a platform. But if this dude can do it, and he didn't start off, with 1 million subscribers. He had to work his way up to that point. Why the hell not do it myself? Why not share my own opinion? I mean, I think I have a decent opinion on certain topics. So why not, So, but... After a while, after the last couple of years of watching the downward spiral of the quartering and Jeremy's opinions and things online, I'm like, yeah, I just can't. It's kind of like the whole Eliza Blue with Tim Pool for me. It's like I just can't anymore. The only reason I ever will click on a YouTube channel or a YouTube video from the quartering is if it's a topic that I have not heard or seen a single thing about online and I actually care. And it's a quick, okay, what's the 5-second TLDR on this, you know? Right, he started as a Magic the Gathering channel, yes. I liked Crowder for a while, but my wife watched him more than I did. And then there was that whole weird shit with the Blaze, and I don't know. Built an RC track worth $15K, had to fire someone and cut others' hours. The guy flips between being rich 1 minute and then struggling the next. Yeah, no, dude. Honestly, I follow Anna Slats, who worked for the Publica, and I'm pretty sure that she doesn't care for the quartering anymore. I don't see them interact or whatever. She follows me on Twitter. She's awesome. She's a little bit too much of a feminist for me, but she's a good egg. So. Yeah, he screwed over a few people with shutting down the Publica and not paying anybody. See, you guys know him from way back before I do. Way back before I do. All I knew the quartering from was back in 2020, 2021, when everybody was talking about COVID and nobody could really talk about COVID on YouTube. So, all right, so what remains unverified? I found no credible publicly available police report naming Tim Pool's address or property as the site of the shooting. No publicly released law enforcement record. Because the responsible agencies have reportedly said that they have no information, it suggests the incident either wasn't reported to them, or if it was, the claim has not yet been confirmed. Given the lack of official confirmation, it remains unclear whether the alleged shooting would even show up in any public records or if it was logged cordially at all. When did the Troon beat him up? Before I started watching him. So prior to 2020. That was part of the whole peeing in the basement, the getting beat up, back that was like back before like Boogie fire. I think that was around the same time Boogie actually shot that gun at that YouTuber that came to his house. I can't remember. There's so much lore on all these guys. It's just I can't even. It just makes my life seem so simple, so calm, so quiet, you know? All right. So now today, Tim Pool says, and this is from Colin Rugg on Twitter, giving advice to hide your suspicious files. Yeah, Equilibrium, I've heard of that one. And to be honest, I could see that one going two different directions. I could see that one being anybody who cares about privacy. You're going to have creeps who care about privacy, and you're going to have people who don't want the government spying on them for normal reasons, who want privacy. So I try to be generous with that one. Unfortunately, it sounds like it was kind of oriented in a conversation about certain disgusting, disturbing files that somebody had. I've never verified, the whole story around that, what him trying to tell people how to hide their files, but I just try to stay out of that one. That's like, ugh. Temple crashed out on his last live stream, members only. Who's Temple? It's just what people like to use against him. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just like, I don't know. I miss so much good shit. Jeremy getting into the anti-woke content back in 2016-17 was what drove a lot of the OGs away. Dude, I didn't even know he existed. So Leon, man, I have always worked an insane amount of hours. I was lamenting with another person I've known for years now. She's about 10 years older than I am, but we were at an event together and we both worked really hard lives, right? I grew up with a family business. We had a commercial bakery. We did all sorts of stuff. And I'm talking, I'd work 6-7 days a week, sometimes for basically no pay, sometimes 12 to 24-hour days. And I had work instead of friends when I was a teenager for the most part. So I had a really, really shit experience when it came to my career up until the last couple of years, where now I'm taking over my family business and I'm working way less than I used to. But that being said, we were kind of like lamenting about all this stuff. And my life didn't really get calmed down to the point where I started noticing things outside of life, family, work, gaming, and that was it until 2020 hit, when I had more time on my hands to like watch YouTube videos, and I started paying attention to all the people that existed in the commentary space. In 2020, I didn't know who Tim Pool was. I didn't know who the Quartering was. I didn't know any of the big YouTube channels. And to be fair, there's still hundreds of thousands of million subscriber YouTube channels that I don't even know, and somebody will say, oh, I watch blah, blah, blah. I have no idea who that is. Like, I'm still learning as I go along. Watch this channel in 2016? Yeah. Why didn't he reschedule Nick Fuentes? Good question. I don't know. I don't mind government wanting to peep on me. I make it a point to turn my camera on whenever I shuffle knuckles. Oh, Tim Pool crashed out. Yeah. I've been watching a COVID-era series of a Brit play Dark Souls, coached by her coworker. Figured if she can do it, I can. Got Dark Souls Remastered for $6 unloaded. I got obsessed over politics when Gamergate happened back in 2014. I missed Gamergate. I completely missed it. I was too busy. 2014, I had a 1.5-year-old. Well, depending on the time of year, my son was born early 2013. So close to a 2-year-old, and I was expecting twins. So 2014, I was a little preoccupied. Hey, Wagon Burner. Yo, Wagon Burner, I got to tell you something. There is somebody on Twitter who's one of these like liberal left-wing activist shit posters who's probably paid by the Democrats to post tweets all day, who also goes by Wagon Burner. And anytime I see his name pop up, I think it's you. And then I see his ugly ass mug, his profile picture. He's not a good looking guy. It's like a close up of his face. And he's got a very native looking face. And then he posts some dribble about like how white people stole the land from the natives and stuff. And it's like, okay, that's not my buddy. No worries. He doesn't want to debate Fuentes. Tim Pool is I mean, possibly. I'm not going to say it's not possible. Yeah, okay, so I didn't know who Sargon was. I didn't know who Carl Benjamin was. I didn't know what he said or did in regards to Gamergate 1 and all that. I missed all of it
that you can
entirely.
point to and say, hey man, I love you. This many dollars worth.
Have some more shitty Aussie dollars because...
Smeg,
well,
dude.
just because.
You make me feel like such an ass, like such a hypocrite, because Australia and Canada... And France. France is probably, so it was Canada, France, then Australia. There's 3 countries that I probably crap on more than any other country. Australia's up there just because of the way all that COVID shit happened. Also, you guys don't have any guns anymore, so that's pretty pathetic. But I feel so bad, man, because you're awesome. And you're very supportive, and I appreciate the hell out of you. And I'm like, I can't say anything bad about Australia anymore. Because I know a really cool Australian, so... Soygon Avocado. Yeah, I mean, I like Sargon. I like Carl Benjamin. The problem is, I think he doesn't go quite hard enough on certain things. I think he stops short. And I don't know if that's a recent thing, because I remember he got in trouble for saying some shit back in the day. So I don't know if he's trying to like hold back now that he's older and has a family and a media company, or if it's just that he's changed his opinions. I don't know. Oh, they can still get shotguns? That's something. That is something. To be fair, he's in the UK, yeah. Milo Yiannopoulos hijacked it during the Breitbart days and went mainstream. Dude, Milo is... God, does it... Show of hands, and I know you guys don't have hands here in the chat. I guess you could, like, put a hand or a finger or a middle finger emoji in the chat. Does anybody like Milo Yiannopoulos? Does anybody think he's not gay? Like, still flaming gay as he can be? For anybody who thinks Milo is actually... a converted, religious, non-homosexual man, then I got like some oceanfront property in Arizona to sell you guys. I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't understand it. You don't even know who Milo is? Then the world, you're better off for it. Milo's the worst, man. Then he backed off, but I don't think it's for YouTube purposes. I think it's more because he pivoted to try to take more academic approaches. Yeah, Leon, that could be it. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Milo's hilarious, but I can't stand him. Right. So I think, personally, Milo is like the gay male version of Candace Owens. I have no use for him. I truly don't trust 90% of the things that come out of his mouth. In general, I see Milo's face on Twitter, and I cringe, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's the worst. But then he'll say something, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty funny. It's kind of like how you don't have to agree with everything Nick Fuentes says or believes, or not think that he's a tiny little, like, closeted homo, maybe. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is he says some stuff once in a while that's pretty good, pretty funny. It's interesting. Oh, yeah, Cage, I've got twins, man. So my oldest is bigger than me now. He's bigger jean size. He's taller. He's wearing bigger men's clothing than I am, and he's not even 13 yet. He turns 13 in a couple months. My twins are 10 and a half. And my daughter is almost my height. And personality-wise, she is just like me in all the worst ways. And her brother is complete polar opposite. He's shorter than her. He's taking forever to sprout. He's the really sensitive one. He's the really emotional one. He's the one that's like really kind, but also he cries at the drop of a hat. My daughter is like the dry, sarcastic, hard-ass, ornery, obnoxious one. It's crazy, you know? He basically did what he did on Tim's show as he's struggling for relevance. I am not 4'9". I am 5'6". Okay, I am at that height where if I were any shorter, I would feel sorry for myself. But I'm right there where I never felt like I was a midget. I just embraced the shortness. I never got angry over it. You know, my 12-year-old daughter. No, Kata is actually shorter than I am, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, Kata could kill me in my current condition, okay? Even when I was in shape, even when I lived at the gym, even when I was like, 10 pounds heavier than I am now in solid muscle, like I was lifting nonstop 7 days a week, right? Back when I was working nonstop before I had my first kid. Kata could still just absolutely destroy me because he's built like a freaking moose. That dude is like, he's like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm going to try to see them in Seattle when him and Atreus come up for FatCon. I don't think I'm going to go. I don't want to waste $200 to go to FatCon just so we can all get kicked out after 5 minutes. I mean, that just doesn't seem worth it. Throat punch? Yeah. No, Kata could probably bench press me and then some. Wouldn't be surprised. You could take him? Yeah, but Leon, you're taller than he is. No, I don't think I want to go to FatCon. Like, if I'm being straight honest, it would be funny for about 5 minutes, but you got to understand, I live around the blue-haired, nose-ringed, 400-pound white land whales in this state. I see them on a constant, regular basis. So for me, I have nothing to gain by submerging myself in a sea of land whales, especially in this state because, it gets damp and things get clammy and grow mildew and all that good stuff. All else fails, soccer kick them nuts. I haven't done that since I was really little, and I had 3 older brothers that, my oldest brother, he liked to beat up on me, and eventually I learned to kick him in the nuts, and that kind of solved the problem. I feel like Tim Pool, Candace Owens, and TPUSA is a distraction. It's possible. It really is. My thing is I just don't really like Tim Pool. Never really have. Taking a regular trip to Walmart. You are not wrong at all. P.S. Your height, L. Dude, Cage, I am fine with my height. That's the craziest shit, man. I was telling my son that because my daughter, she likes to be like, call me shorty and stuff. She's not quite taller than me yet. She's got probably about a year till she's taller than I am. Once she's a teenager, she's probably going to be like 5'9", 5'10". My oldest son, he's going to be probably over 6 feet tall. And I'm telling them, like, guys, I really don't mind. I think it's cool. My wife and I were both short, and I built monster children. I think it's awesome. Like, it doesn't bother me one bit, 9 inches taller than the host. Yeah, and even if I got up on a chair, you'd probably still be taller than me. Power play, she's trying to usurp their influence. It's kind of like how right now Nick Fuentes is gaining a lot of traction. I mean, he was just on freaking Piers Morgan. Hey, Leon, are you going to cover the Piers Morgan thing, the interview with Nick Fuentes tomorrow? I don't know if that's something that you already live streamed or if you're going to do that, but I think he had like a hour-long interview with him or something. There were some pretty good sound bites coming out of it. All right, so let's play this video clip from Tim, and let's just let him say it in his own words. I'm going to... Actually, let's switch scenes here. Hang on a second. Let's go to this one. Bigger. Why is he sitting so far to the right of the camera? I don't know. We're just going to hit play. We got Beanie on Beanie. No, he's over here. Beanie. Yeah, Nick Fuentes has good points. Doesn't mean I trust the thing he says, or him personally. You can agree with something someone says and not agree with the person or not trust them. That's pretty easy. Oh, God, now the little girl cat is outside the door. I'm not letting her in.
So where does that leave us? We have 2 weeks left in the year before we go on our Christmas hiatus. I'm not a big fan of any kind of hiatus. I would prefer just to work. But it is taxing. It is grueling, of course. And There's a lot of infrastructure here that requires me to work all day, every day, Monday to Friday, with some extra work on the weekends, usually meetings. And I'm probably going to have a stroke.
This is like the 4th time in the last 2 years I've heard Tim Pool say this. I'm not even going to lie.
My health's actually pretty good. My blood pressure is great. My resting heart rate is actually around 45. I exercise quite a bit. Haven't been able to skate in the past month or two, the holidays, and But we have to have these conversations, and I have been with the people, our contractors, people we work with.
No, I haven't met Kata. He's flying into Seattle with Atreus this January to go to FatCon. So I was debating catching up with them, either going or seeing them at some point while they were there.
Our vendors, partners. And one thing is clear. The violence will get worse. It is going to escalate. We cannot keep going as status quo. Something has to change. It may be that, as we described after the assassination of Charlie Kirk and the threat to come and shoot up our studio and our workplace.
This thing is too freaking warm. I gotta lose the beanie.
To be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked.
The cost.
I have to be liked.
Yo, Leon. Dude, appreciate you, buddy. Didn't realize I was still a filthy great. Oh, man, it's all good. To be honest, I've been leeching off of your viewers. I keep getting gifted memberships to your channel, and then I keep forgetting to actually join on my own. And then I'll go a week or two, and then I'll realize, oh, damn, I still haven't joined, and then I'll get another gift. I'm actually I'm kind of lucky when it comes to the gift lottery on YouTube. A lot of people I end up with gifted memberships for, and so I actually never even sign up. I feel so bad. Bondi needs to go. She's useless. 100% agreed. Does bring up a point. The escalation is going to get worse. No, Lucia, that's 100% correct. But I really want to let this cat in. But if I open the door, she's not going to come in. To me, I've seen this song and dance from Tim Pool before. It's somebody said it's it's around the holidays. He's probably just going to want to take a break or whatever. This sounds like his usual rhetoric
of running Timcast IRL Studio and the projects around it exceeds the amount of money it brings in. That's just that breaking point, isn't it, for any business? If you need $100 to, run your restaurant, but you're only bringing 90, you go out of business. The issue? The cost isn't cameras or lights. The cost is security because of the escalation. It's an artificial cost to doing business.
I'm gonna push back on this a little bit. Tim has a freaking mansion and a skate park and all this on his property. Now, West Virginia, property-wise, is probably a hell of a lot cheaper than Washington, especially in the area that I live in. Like, if you look up anywhere in the greater Puget Sound area, Seattle, Seattle, Puyallup, Tacoma, any area that's big, that has a large population in Washington, Olympia, you're going to see property prices that are insanely high. So West Virginia is probably cheaper than Washington in general, but there's also parts of Washington in the middle of nowhere that you can probably get property real cheap. The fact is, he's got a freaking mansion. He's got a studio, but then he's got all this other crap. So he wants to say, probably because you live, no, I used to though. No, I used to live south of Olympia. There's some really cool areas down there. North and south of Olympia, I've lived both. Not anymore though.
That we can't balance. We can't forego security, but we can't sustain it either. So I've had some conversations with our partners, been talking with Rumble. There may be a solution, and it's going to be rapid change very quickly. We're going to have some emergency meetings. We've already had emergency meetings for obvious reasons. And there is a possibility that the 19th is the last episode of Timcast IRL. We are doing everything we can to make sure that's not going to be the case. It's no secret.
Wednesday morning would be tough. The hard part really is just finding time. If I could get a better setup at work, it'd be easier to stream from work because I have a computer at work that I can stream from. I've got a backup microphone there. Probably wouldn't do webcam from work just because my backdrop area, it's my office at work, and I've just got like a shelf with like Band-Aids and shit behind me on there. But not yet, but sometime in the future we could probably do that. Not been talking to the police though. Go meet up. Both of them are great. Atreus is a bumbling dumbass. Atreus is a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun. No, I'll try to see them while they're here. Rich privileged white guy, of course, figures. I keep hearing, I heard he keeps saying he wants to live in the woods. It's not about the money, huh? I mean, he kind of lives in the woods already, though, from what he's described it as. Tim is just another one of those wealthy people who cry about the wealth of others and will do whatever they can to guilt others into giving more money for nothing. I think that pretty much sums it up.
I've been frustrated and disillusioned with a lot of people in politics, but that's no reason to walk away from doing our nightly show with a tremendous success. But the cost is not just money anymore. The cost is the safety of my family, myself, and there are many ideas we're floating around.
This was a whole lot to say nothing, honestly. Based on everything that I was seeing online, it was like, oh my gosh, he's talking about how he's going to quit. It's like, to me, this doesn't feel like he's saying he's quitting. To me, it just feels like usual Tim Pool rhetoric. I don't know. He's a violent drunk. Oh, shit. He ruined any potential goodwill I had with Ryan Kittle. To be fair, I don't think I've ever watched a single stream or video from Ryan. I can't get past the size of his tiny little head. Something about that just completely throws me off. Let's see. Crowder's actually going out and doing Change My Mind even after Kirk's assassination. I understand Tim's need for self-preservation, but it also shows Crowder will do what has to be done. I mean, Crowder it has got a little bit of respect back for me. It's all for views, probably geek. He needs another closed-door meeting with Netanyahu. He's rich. He has those damn magic cards behind him. Yeah. He rambles on and takes no long. I mean, look, he put out a video 37 minutes this morning, and I guarantee most of it was him saying the same thing 5 different ways across, half of it. Snoqualmie's pretty. Snoqualmie is really cool. Have you been there? It's a pretty area. All right, so you got this one here. Says, at first I thought he was just lying to milk donos, but he does seem crazy enough to actually spend himself into insolvency paying for the Secret Service level security to tuck him in at night and check his beanies for trans shooters before he puts them on in the morning. And again, I'm not going to agree with everything these people say because they're just trying to gaslight and say basically that, he's making up boogeymen and all that. But it is, Basically ends with him saying the week after next could be the end of the show period, but they're looking for financiers, so we'll know. Damn. Dude, I mean, this could be like, I thought the whole getting the extra money from Tenet Media, the $100,000 per month or whatever it was, wasn't even necessary for them. Apparently, they were really hurting for money. Year 3 of Tim ending the podcast imminently. Yeah. Sheriff's office has no record of any shooting at Tim Pools. Tim has destroyed his reputation. No one's watching. Nature is healing. Adam Crickler says, hey, if you guys don't recall, Adam Crickler had a falling out with Timcast. I think it was right around the same time as the Eliza Blue thing, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, Tim, if it's true and you're shutting down, unblock me. Let's make up, skate it out, and have me on for the farewell show. I'm sorry, I was mean to you. For the record, I don't think IRL is going anywhere. Yeah, I mean, most people don't at this point. I think most people are pretty convinced that it's not actually going to be the end of Tim Pool, the end of the show, the way that he's kind of like claiming it is. But honestly, come to think of it, if they are really having that hard of a time with financing, that they are needing to look for backers or, financiers or whatever, that is pretty crazy. He's bled viewers. That doesn't surprise me. Aw, geek. I've had 2 cups of tea in the last 3 hours. One was green, one was herbal. I'm trying to not overdo it on the caffeine right before bed. So I could go for some coffee, though. He claims that the show is doing well, but not well enough to offset security costs. I don't buy it. So my point about that, Leon, is I get that the extra security costs will obviously increase the amount of money that it takes to keep the show safe and secure and running because they got all these other things. God only, does anybody know how many square feet his complex is? Because he's got like a freaking compound there. Like I said, he's got an indoor skate park and all this shit, right? So was all of this really necessary to run a podcast? Well, it's not just a podcast. It's a media company. Okay, you don't have to have a mansion to run a media company. That just seems excessive, right? Not the cringe awards, yet another word I don't like using. Yeah, but Smeg, sometimes it fits, man. Sometimes it fits. No, Judge Death, you're 100% correct about that. Stop chewing. My dog is either chewing or licking his junk. Gross. I don't put anything past anybody. Like I said earlier, if they say one thing to justify their behavior, that's what they do. Even lefties like Brianna Wu, who I admittedly somewhat respect, stated how impressive it was. When was Brianna Wu over there? Good Lord. I had to buy the plane. It was such a good price. God willed it. There you go. All right. So we'll do a quick recap of some of this shit around the streamer awards here. This is one of those things that I knew nothing about. Okay. I knew nothing about the streamer awards until like a year or two ago when I started paying more attention to, you know, content creators and the award shows that they have for them and all this stuff. But this is great because this isn't just the streamer awards. This isn't just them being cringe and retarded, but we also have a Kotaku article written by Alyssa Mercante. I didn't even know until 30 seconds ago that this article was written by Alyssa Mercante, but I should have guessed it because I already previewed the article, and it really reads like something that she would write, okay? So for anybody who's unaware, there's a streamer, QT Cinderella. She is the girlfriend of Ludwig, who is a friend, lackey, simp of Hassan, and we all know Hassan. These people all know each other. They're all in the same circle jerk, okay? I just know what Asma reacts about the award shows, yeah. In 2024, I watched it to hate watch on Brianna, but it turned out to actually be a mostly really good episode. I was impressed. Yeah, the thing about that dude, Brianna, though, he just tends to take, like, either the not so extreme leftist position, but still come from like a place of far leftism and just tone it down a little bit. Like, honest to God, I just can't with Brian. Well, I said he, okay. I didn't know for sure if his name had been Brian. I wasn't sure about the dead name. It's an old David Lynch show, detective, mind twist, weird sci-fi. It has really everything. What are we talking about? What show? What did Geek talk about? Oh, Twin Peaks. Oh, wait a second. Are we talking about the same show? Did they film that here in Snoqualmie? What? Hang on, I think I know what show you're talking about. I'm thinking of... Hang on, I gotta look this shit up now. You guys have piqued my curiosity. I did not watch Twin Peaks. Okay. No, I didn't watch that one. I watched Wayward Pines. That's what I was thinking. Wayward Pines season 1 was actually pretty good. Some generic English last name. Nice. I had correspondence with Brown Weavy. Email is positive, so I'll admit my bias there. You know, Leon, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he dressed up as a Chinese man in the awards. Exactly. All right. So it says, the streamer awards were a reminder of how streaming rewards bad behavior. QT Cinderella's 5th annual streamer awards was a tough watch. We will try to speed read this as quickly as possible because I've got so many clips loaded up, and I could be playing these till midnight if I actually just tried to play all of them. Until I just saw it in the leaderboards. Very cool. Oh, dude, Mr. Hardcore Mode, he's got the coolest avatar. I love it. Yeah, I freaking love it, man. All right, so it says the Streamer Awards, an annual ceremony celebrating the best in live streamed, hosted and produced by QT Cinderella, took place over the weekend in Los Angeles, California. There were some genuinely touching moments like adorable grandma and jigsaw puzzle aficionado I Just Love Puzzles winning the Hidden Gem Award, and a touching speech from best breakout streamer Phase Adapt. I don't know how to freaking say that. But the Streamer Awards was mostly 3.5 hours of people regularly rewarded for behaving badly doing just that. If you aren't privy to the interpersonal drama and controversy surrounding the professional streamer space, that's okay. I wish I could eternal sunshine of the spotless mind a lot of this information from my head. This is the woman that simps for Hassan. I think this is important to note, okay? This woman simps for people like Hassan, but she wants to pretend that she didn't see any of this. Just know that in the months leading up to the 5th annual Streamer Awards, host QT Cinderella has broken down on her stream, citing stressor in organizing the event, while other streamers accused her of rigging the ceremony. It was the special brand of drama farming and rage baiting that has come to define the streamer space. Again, rage baiting, drama farming. These are Alyssa words, through and through. Just like earlier this year at TwitchCon, during which streamer Emaru was physically assaulted at a meet and greet and Clip Farmers acted out on the convention floor and outside of it, bad behavior was on full display this Saturday at the awards. Multiple clips circulated on social media over the weekend that are a cogent reminder of how... Oh, yeah. I forgot this guy was 17. In many cases, small-minded some of the most popular streamers are. A 17-year-old streamer known as Rakai, I think is how you say it, who recently got a 2-year suspension for stealing flowers from Walmart while live. No mention of Nina Lynn not getting suspended there for 2 years, Alyssa. Very, very interesting you leave that part out. Approached a married lesbian couple while live streaming to ask them if they were gay, not long after asking a different woman streamer if she had a man. We're going to talk about Rakai quite a bit, okay? We're going to talk about this retard quite a bit. I had Hassan's mods working with him. Yes, and XQC, I had a clip of that. They were talking about how XQC is like, wow, they did an edit of all these different streamers, and XQC wasn't even in it. And he's been critical of Hassan, so of course it's like, yeah. Twin Peaks is primarily filmed in and around the towns of Snoqualmie, North Bend, and Falls City. Yeah, pretty area. Really beautiful area. Co-host Fan, who mingled among attendees' tables during the ceremony, made a joke comparing Kai Cenat, who is black, to Sean Diddy Combs. Yeah, okay. So we had a little bit of a Kanye moment. After FaZe Guy here won the Breakout Streamer of the Year award, this retard gets up on the stage and pulls a Kanye moment. Okay, check this shit out.
Breakout Streamer of the Year went to Adapt. And congratulations, and we respect you for what you did. But Rakai should have won Breakout Streamer of the Year and DDG. I don't care what y'all say. Shout out Rakai and shout out boom, 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 boom.
This is why people shouldn't take any of these people seriously. I swear to God, this is why no one should take these fools seriously. For real's girlfriend, yeah, exactly. And it gets worse, guys. It gets so much worse. We're going to have to suffer through 26 seconds of this retard shoving food in her face as well. Krishan Rock, I don't know who this is, goes live to blast everyone at the Streamer Awards after seeing FaZe Adapt win Breakout Streamer over DDG and Rakai. Again, don't know who DDG is, and I regretfully now know who Rakai is, accusing them of racism. Okay? Of course, racism.
Now, who the fuck is Adapt? We know who Rakai and DDG is, but who is Adapt? The awards was racist. They racist as hell. Y'all only invited the niggas to promote the white people that we did not give a fuck about. We don't even know. Y'all did not earn that shit.
You can't understand her? Wait till you get to the next one. This gets even better, okay? Continuing on in the article, let me see here. You've got, at one point during the show, influencer India Love stormed the stage, and that was the gal that got on there and said that it should have been Rakai. Okay, now we get to the next few clips here. This India Love chick went on and did this apology video. I'm not even going to bother playing it because who even gives a shit at this point. But here's where you get into a lot of the other drama from the entire night, right? There was a lot of shit about VTubers because apparently VTubers were very angry about who won VTuber of the Year. This chick wanders out here. I don't know who this woman is. I don't know who 90% of these people are. And nobody appreciated the way that she basically came out here with no enthusiasm for this VTuber of the Year award, okay?
Hey guys, I'm super excited to present this next award. Uwu. The 5 VTubers in this category worked hard at mastering peak kawaii and ada aura farming. Here are the nominees for Best VTuber.
So some people said that's just her tone, that's just her personality. Others are like, why is she being so disrespectful? Why does she hate VTubers? Savvy says that I could not care less, lack of professionalism. AT&T works with this. I don't know. I guess AT&T works with whoever this person is. But Savvy, she's just joking. Homies, the delivery, the body language and tone, all that. She should have just spit on the ground and said, here's the name hose. I don't know. I mean, it could be an act. It could just be, you know, I don't know. Ricky G should have hosted it. Oh god, that would have been funny. Looks like a Taiwanese dude with a wig. No enthusiasm sounds to me just like a regular Twitch e-thought. But that's how most of these people are. You've got this enemy Charlie, probably a Twitch partner, I'd imagine, some streamer. She's not even mocking anyone. She's reading a script that pokes a little bit of harmless fun at the very weebish aspects of Western VTuber culture. Kiana Cute Bot, the presenter, I don't know who that, I guess that's her, doesn't look down on VTubers. She's a gamer and anime enjoyer herself. She just has a flat effect, which is great because it makes the cutesy stuff she's saying funny. The funny thing, Black Cat, I'm not even like a huge fan of VTubers. I know some VTubers who are nice, who are totally fine, but it's like in general, there's a very strange culture of obsession around VTubers that I find very interesting. Oh, no one speaks coherently. But we're going to get to the best in a little bit here, okay? Just hold on to your hat for a second. If you want to talk about not being able to understand people, just wait till we get to Rakai here in a few clips. Rev says, I get it. People who are legitimately fuming about streamer awards are cringe, but VTubers who are using this opportunity to bootlick communities that absolutely hate them are also cringe. Even the announcement was made by someone who hates VTubers, grow a spine. So again, the perception is that this person hates VTubers. Then, of course, you had the Burnt Peanut, somebody who before all the Arc Raiders conversation about like the streamer wars and stuff, I didn't even know who Burnt Peanut was. Turns out he's one of the biggest streamers on the planet right now. He's like taking over for Dr. Disrespect and everything else. And this had some controversy because a lot of people are like, he's not even a VTuber. He's not even, trying to be a VTuber. He hates VTubers. He calls himself a PTuber. XQC saying VTubers are in shambles. Imagine being a VTuber, taking out a loan for $60,000 just to lose to the most scuffed POS avatar from Windows 95, which I think is pretty funny, to be honest. This person here, this tweet blew up. It's over 11 million views at the moment. Non-VTuber won the best VTuber award. So obviously a lot of VTubers are kind of pissed off about this right now, right? Anime Enjoyer is a job title now, apparently. Might need the Crocodile Dundee test. Oh, Smeg. That is such a great movie. That is such a great movie. And then you got this one here. Following wins at the Streamer Awards, including Best VTuber, a clip has resurfaced of the Burnt Peanut that led to a January 31st ban from Twitch. Have you guys seen this clip yet? Check this one out. Here we go. I think it's loud enough.
I would get QD OLED. Oh my god, dude! What is it? What is up with this faggot man? Oh shit! Oh fuck! God damn it.
It was in that moment that he knew he made a mistake. Yeah, no, Geek, I don't tend to watch those kind of streams either. I really don't. For me personally, I prefer people that are more conversational. I prefer people that actually have good interaction with their audience, even if they're playing a game. But yeah, I'm just personally not invested in the ones who are like over emotive and who scream all the time and all that shit. Whatever. VTubers are kind of weird. They're not for everybody. Tectone says parasocial VTuber fans going after the Burnt Peanut, calling him homophobic because bro said the F word. That doesn't make him homophobic. It makes him a normal effing dude, 100%. Sorry to break it to you, but your favorite CCs also say the word retarded offline as well, and they're not ableist for saying it either. Leave the dude alone, get a grip, do something productive. 100% agree. But of course, it doesn't end there. People are still defending him, though, saying, everyone upset about Peanut winning Best VTuber, stop, you're being rage baited. Everyone knows the Streamer Awards was nothing more than the LA streaming scene jerking themselves off and telling each other how wonderful they are. I'll remind you that QT turned down $200,000 to prove that the entire thing wasn't rigged, which is all you need to know when it comes to this pretty people only award show. And I think that's a very fair point. Was it Asmongold who offered $200,000 for them to show that the results weren't rigged? I can't remember who it was. He's based, only seen a few clips, not really my thing. He's happy folks like this can be relevant. Yeah, that's how I feel about this. That is exactly how I feel about Peanut. Being able to say, screw that, I don't care, and still having a job, that's 100%, legit. That's how my general take on him. Hey, Vernum, good morning to you. Who cares if Peanut was awarded Best VTuber? Is it going to change the way you stream? Is it going to make your streams any less enjoyable? Does it make you any less of a VTuber? No, it doesn't. If you're a VTuber having fun and the people in your streams are having fun, that is literally the only thing that matters. I think that's a very rational take to have. So then you, of course, have Hassan showing up looking like freaking Chairman Mao saying, I'm at a very Chinese point in my life. And we all hate Hassan, right? Yo, this is the first time I've had a Vernum and Leon in my chat at the same time when I wasn't in Leon's chat. That's pretty funny. Interesting the way that works. Streamer nonsense again. Yes, 100%. It was what was there, man. It was the easiest thing, the lowest hanging fruit that I could grab, okay? And remember, I'm short, so I got to grab the really low hanging fruit. Tyler Oliveira, the guy who put out the Indian Poop Festival video, quote tweeted him and said, "Shut your bitch ass up and move to China. You can electrocute your dog without scrutiny and can stream your communism slop on Chinese TikTok." Absolutely destroyed him. Kaguya's Top Gal says he actually went as Chairman Mao to the Stream Awards. This nigga is such a theater kid dork. Squidorable says gets invited to the Streamer Awards, dresses as a man who killed 70 million people, makes abusing his dog a joke. Anyone who associates with this man, even tangentially, needs to be shunned from streaming culture. I don't know if that's the way I would put it. Again, I don't like the guilt by association thing. But here was a joke that I guess one of the hosts made on stage. I don't know who this is, but I'm just going to play the comment that they made.
Stay seated as much as possible. Hassan, if you see Sea Dog get up, you can use your remote.
Destiny and Hassan are both hanging from a cliff. You have to save one. Who do you let die? I save Hassan. I save Hassan 10 times over. I save Hassan 20 times over. I save Hassan 100 times over. And I'm not even kidding. Maybe 1,000 times over. Because Hassan would have to live with that. No, but you have to. You have to catch one of them. That's the rules of the game. Destiny would stream for a year saying why you were a piece of shit for saving him, and eventually might actually shoot you in the back, literally, not just, metaphorically. Hassan would just never be able to live it down. So I know the correct answer in reality would be to do nothing, but by the rules of the game, you have to save one of them, and it would be Hassan 1,000 times over. Okay. So yes, they make the Kaya jokes, like they're all in on the joke. It's all good. Haha, all the streamer buddies of his. It's okay to make fun of the shocking the dog thing now because they're all in on the joke now, right? That's the entire premise of this. Quinn, this dude who talked about I remember this guy from covering Elon Musk and his fake gaming profile when he was playing Diablo, I guess it was. Talks about Hassan's attempt at ending the Collargate meme. Says if he keeps doing that, that's what you need to do. He's killing the meme by him doing it. It's like your grandma on Facebook doing it. I mean, he's like the animal abuser, right? So I kind of feel like this is a little bit true because look at the whole 6'7" meme. For anybody who doesn't understand it, I'm not going to explain it to you. It's retarded. But the more people who aren't in the cool group joke about something, the less cool it becomes, right? Yeah, Tyler destroyed him. She actually delivered the joke semi-well. That's not the point. I mean, whether the joke was delivered well or not is irrelevant because it's just them normalizing the fact that they're all laughing about it. Kirk Terrence was offering a rope that they could climb up. I'd offer the rope to Destiny because he doesn't have the upper body strength to climb. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Oh, so he was a huge D3 streamer. Got it. That's why he was covering that. Okay, that makes sense now. But yeah, the more that you have uncool people try to be in on the joke, the less cool it becomes, right? It's not irrelevant. Women can't be funny. Fair point. You are not. Okay. You are correct. I was wrong on that one. It is absolutely relevant. Hassan says he's happy to be called a dog zapper rather than a terrorist. He said, I wanted to thank you. There were jokes that you had about me and Kaya that I, of course, said yes to ahead of time. Cool, because now I can joke about electrocuting Kaya stuff, but no one is calling me a terrorist. So I guess it's better to be an animal abuser than a terrorist. Then he went on to say that people in the room were not messing with the remote jokes at all. It made me realize people on the internet love that. A lot of people in the space were like, ew, it was my most politically impactful year. So Hassan thinks he's more impactful now than ever. He's still taking credit, I think, for Zoran Mamdani getting elected over in New York, which is pretty retarded because honestly, the guy disavowed him pretty hard. I would. Well, no. So talk about wood and talk about retards. Sweet Anita, somebody who I know nothing about other than she allegedly has Tourette's, went up to announce Streamer Awards winner and her tics started acting up. I have doubts that this person even has Tourette's, and I say that because I don't know, but there's somebody brought up a tweet that I think is actually pretty relevant in a second here. Well, I'm just going to play this clip for you guys. This feels like an act.
Here is a talent, but these people actually have talent. So fuck off. This category celebrates the streamers who create the best art, food and drink. Fuck off. the best dick, the best dance, cosplay, ASMR, or other makers creating content, among other things. So the nominees for the best creative arts streamer, suck my dick.
What F is up with Twitch streamers and having heads too small for their bodies? So, Leon, let me ask you a question. Is the head too small for the body, or is it because of the features of the body that the head looks smaller? Oh, no, Avernum, if I was single, I'm right there with you. Or I started off the stream saying I like thick, okay. Yeah, I'm not an expert in Tourette syndrome either, but here's the thing that gives me pause. You got an attractive woman, obviously has a really nice figure, reasonably attractive. I don't know her streams personally. I've never watched her streams, but it's like, you know, obviously she probably has good stage presence. She did okay on stage there. And so then she has this little disability, right? She's pregnant. I have no idea. Selective T. Okay, Judge, that's the point. That is the point of this entire thing. So Royal Surf on Twitter says, remember how she stopped saying the N-word as a tick after the 2020 riots? So if you truly have Tourette's syndrome and you have things where you just randomly say provocative, sexual, foul, vulgar things, whether it's a hand gesture, whether it's just random profanity or whatever, are you telling me that you can control it and not say things, right? You need to screen jokes. Do they? Yeah, no, they screen jokes on this stuff, I'm pretty sure. I think you're a little behind, Cage. I don't know if you're... Because we're past that. We're at the part with Sweet Anita now, and you're talking about Hassan's jokes. Or Cutie Cinderella's. You never heard her say the N-word? She's cured by her fans. I'm not saying that I'm a psychologist or I know how any of this stuff works. I've never met somebody with Tourette's syndrome, never had it, never won it. But it does seem interesting to me that it's just enough that she can say things that are sexually provocative while looking really attractive, but not that she's going to say things like the N-word, right? Compulsive muscle nerve strain, can't control it. All the streamers who have Tourette's syndrome have the version that forces profanity. Tourette's syndrome comes in various forms. Most of it's physical tics. Right. We have twins that both had Tourette's, one verbal, one physical. He would just randomly throw shit that never got old fighting. Oh my god. Dude, that would be amazing. All right. So, I don't even care. Because I've never heard anything like awful about her. If she has Tourette's, that sucks. Feel bad for her. If she doesn't, okay, whatever. It wouldn't be the first person to lie about something on the internet. Has no effect on my life. This person here, Rakai, recently banned on Twitch for 2 years, and I was going to cover Nina Lynn in a video, and I just didn't get it done. And at this point, it's no longer relevant, so screw it. I'm probably not even going to put the video out. He got banned on Twitch for 2 years, allegedly, and they said for stealing things at Walmart, right? So here you go. This is him confronting Dan Clancy at the Streamer Awards. Dan Clancy, obviously, CEO of Twitch. Here you go. Tell me if you can understand anything this kid is saying.
That's Dan Clancy, nigga. Stan.
Hey.
What's up, bro?
How y'all doing?
What's up, my boss?
How you doing?
Good to see you, bro.
Long time no see.
Oh.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, bro. Good question. Why y'all being me? You feel me?
You know that. You know why, man. You know why. You don't have to ask me. They communicated with you, man. I don't know the details. I don't do this. You know why.
So you don't meet people?
Huh?
You don't meet people?
I don't what?
You don't ban the people?
I don't do it, no.
Oh. Why you say ban him, though?
No. Nope, that's not my job.
Okay.
There's a whole team that does that. I do not do it.
So like you just own Twitch, though?
I don't own Twitch.
You just own Twitch?
I'm the CEO of Twitch.
So you own it?
No. Twitch is owned by Amazon.
So like you're like a head boss.
I'm the CEO of Twitch.
That's our boss.
But
boss.
But to be clear, there's teams that make these decisions. I don't make these decisions.
Okay.
Other people make the decisions. And you know why you were banned. Oh, you do. Your SPM told you why you were banned. I don't know, but you know why.
Swear to God, we need a translator for people like this. So you own Twitch. All right. Same kid. And you have this post here. Rakai didn't know what to say for his Streamer Awards interview. All right. Kuya's Top Gal pointing out these people make millions of dollars and can't even formulate a sentence. It's important to know, apparently Rakai moved out on his own at 16 and bought his own residence, okay?
Want to give a little introduction about yourself as a streamer?
What you mean? What you mean what?
An introduction of yourself as a streamer.
Nigga, I don't really know. Like, I just stream, yeah.
Amazing sales.
Yeah. Yeah, and it gets better. Gets even better. I don't even play this Sneeko clip. This kid pretty much roasted himself. But here you go. Apparently, QT Cinderella had a joke about him stealing shit. Okay? And that's a grill, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. That's a grill. So, I think the joke is in here. I'm just going to go ahead and play this clip. And you tell me if you can understand a single word that this young brain surgeon is saying here.
No. What's the coolest thing you've ever stolen?
So the joke is, what's the coolest thing you've ever stolen, okay? She asked the young black kid. All right. It's obvious joke, right? Some would say racist. I just go obvious joke, whatever.
You wanna know what I was gonna say? I'll say, listen, bitch. What's the coolest dick you ever sucked?
17 years old. 17 years old. My oldest son is almost 4 years from this kid's age. If he turned out anything like this, I would be mortified. I'm not even kidding.
Get the fuck off my dick. That's what I was gonna say. Chat, Lord, I was gonna say that shit to her face, bro. And for everybody. But I had to just sit down and think. I'm black, petite, sit the fuck down and chill. I was gonna say that shit. I was like, bitch, what's the coolest dick you ever fucking sucked? You ugly bitch. To her. I was gonna say that. But I just calmed down, bro, and like, see why she even said that shit. Cause whole time, now I get it. Like, she said it cause, I got banned for giving that girl flowers. But she didn't really understand is that whole time I had my assistant tell the lady that she never bought it, she put it back, but that wasn't on camera. So, but
this isn't roasting though, is my problem, Geek. This is a 17-year-old telling a woman to suck his dick. In some states, that's illegal. Like, can't even do that. My state's disgusting. You can be 90 years old and have sex with a 16-year-old, and that's just vile. But yeah, for me, as a almost 40-year-old man, it just creeps the shit out of me, Sounds like an 8-year-old. He looks like an 8-year-old.
Fuck you, bitch! Nah, real shit, fuck you!
Yeah. Another brain surgeon here, another doctor, another astronaut. Let me see. I think this is just part of the same clip here.
I know I lost. I know I'm pussy as fuck. I know I'm ugly as shit. But I know I'm short. But nigga, I'm gonna keep about the production was ass as fuck. And
well, and Leon, the more I thought about it, I'm like, she wasn't asking him that because he was black. He got banned for stealing something. The joke, like, writes itself on that one. You're black and you got banned on Twitch for stealing. Speed, he did start like this. But Speed also didn't get banned on Twitch for stealing. He decided to flop his dick out on YouTube years ago. I still can't believe he didn't get banned for that.
You see the you're a bitch. I'm talking about for even playing with me. You feel me? But nah, though. Shout out to QC Cinderella for even inviting me. And shout out to Twitch for inviting me, even though I'm banned. But it's like, bro, they basically what I'm getting from. They literally invited me just to okay, bring up my band, okay, bro. Bring up the shit, what?
Oh yeah, the iShowMeet hashtag. Yep. I unfortunately saw that shit, man. So here's the weird part. So this guy, the stock guy, apparently this leak says he heard Ty Lil in the bathroom. God, I feel so white saying these names. Threatening to beat and assault Fan, the Asian girl that was there, over her joke about Kai Cenat. Again, the joke you're comparing him to like Diddy or whatever in the 50 Cent documentary that just came out. This guy here says, I thought it was a bit. He said he wanted to break her teeth in. Now, I'm not even going to bother playing this 2-minute, 43-second clip because it's wrong. He says this anecdote, he never even names the person. You click on the community note here and it says that he never named the person that he heard say this. My suspicion is it wasn't this dude here. I'm wondering if this Rakai kid who was there said that shit about QT Cinderella. That's what I'm wondering about. This is Ty Lil explaining why he crashed out on the Streamer Awards host fan for making a joke about Kai Cenat looking like Diddy. Let's see what he says here.
Making light of the victims, you're making light of all the people who suffered behind the fact that this man is a fucked up human.
That's what I was getting at. That documentary is so fucking wicked.
Yeah, my wife's been watching it. She said it's actually a really good documentary.
No, like, bro, I swear to God, did y'all watch the documentary? Did y'all really watch the documentary? Shit.
You're trifling.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, guys, I try to like ahead of time see how bad the volume's going to be, but I can never prepare for how bad the echo is on their end. Man needs to learn about soundproofing his room. Holy shit. Oh my god. Legendary Drop said it best. As the Stream Awards drama has flooded my timelines, forcing me to see it wherever I go, my biggest takeaway is that none of these people are funny. I'm fully convinced they put on the event to drama farm content for the next year, and I think that that's actually probably the truth. That's probably the reality to it. Kick streamer Nick White exposes streamers, says no talent, no stage presence. Why are they at award shows? Literally, none of these people have stage presence and can talk in front of a stage. You know why? Because they're antisocial people and they just sit in their bedroom. Dude, I think that that's actually, he's onto something there. The streaming mentality, people who stream for a living, and I'm not just talking about people who stream occasionally, people who stream like once in a while, or people who make videos and then also stream, but like if streaming is your job, you are very good at talking to a screen, talking in front of a camera. Even if you know there's other people that are watching you, they're not sitting physically right in front of you. It's a whole different thing to go and talk in front of a crowd. Like, you could be like a totally chill person. You could stream to an audience of 100 people, go meet people one-on-one in public and be totally cool with them. But that doesn't mean you want to get up on a stage in front of 1,000 people and have like the lights and the script and everything you have to read off of. It's a whole different thing, you know? Are you ready to go out there, bud? I'll let you out in a second. They are funny, just not intentionally. Yeah. They want to be hollow weirdos. So let's see here.
Before your eyes, there is absolutely nothing lacking from this year.
Literally none of these people have stage presence and can talk in front of a stage, by the way.
Oh my god, this guy here in the comments says she needs to turn the face filter back on. Oh my god, that's brutal. That is so rough, it's not even funny. Oh man.
You know why? Because they're antisocial people like me and they just sit in their bedroom and they shouldn't be doing an award show because they don't have actual talent and they're not real celebrities.
Best streamed series.
Is that Pokimane? That's not Pokimane, is that? Tell me that's not Pokimane. Pokimane's brunette.
Nominees. Here they are.
Not to mention, streamer awards, I think, take a whole new level of cringe. Like, the Game Awards, we're going to cover that on Thursday night. I'll stream after the awards. I think rather than come home early and try to catch it on the live stream, we'll do a stream afterwards and kind of break down all the shit. That is Pokimane? Wow. Damn. I'm not going to say she's looking rough, but that whole uwu e-girl thing is starting to not look so good on her anymore. I don't get Pokimane. She's the most bland looking woman I've ever seen in my life. Under all that makeup is just the most bland face I've ever seen. So what was this video clip here? Asmongold calling out QT Cinderella for rigging votes for her friend Maya after she won League of Their Own category award. So Maya runs I believe, animal sanctuary or rescue organization, as I understand it. So let me see what he says here.
Wow.
Maya!
Yep, you knew it. I knew it. Like, this is like one of her best friends. Obviously, she was going to win
This
this
is
award.
Maya's second nomination.
Yeah.
And first win.
Rigged? Oh my God, did they rig it? No way. I knew it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't nervous, but this.
She did get herself an engagement ring. The wall's undefeated. So Equilibrium, I'm gonna push back on that a little bit. I don't think Valkyrie or Pokimane are hot. I don't think 90% of female streamers are hot. I really don't. I just don't think any of them have anything desirable whatsoever. Where can I watch 50's documentary? Shit, I don't know. Is it on Netflix? I hate to admit that I'm one of those guys who pays for a couple different services that I probably don't need. But I'd have to ask the wife. Let me Google it real quick. I know that you're a limited vision, but she said that the documentary is pretty freaking awesome. Diddy documentary, let's see. Oh, it's Netflix. Okay. It is on Netflix. Sims created the thought and OF, yeah. No, it's just unfortunate because it's not like I think that most of the women that are streaming are ugly or unattractive. It's just that they're so fake. Between the fake tan, the 5 layers of makeup, the filters, the fake this, the fake that, the Botox, the Ozempic, like women no longer look like what women used to look like. They're starting to look like what a transgender man wants to look like, you know? And I think a lot of people have noticed that it's just like, why are women who used to be attractive and trans men starting to like have this line blurring? Well, it's because the gay men that run the makeup industry and the guys who think they're women that want to be women are having such a profound effect on what women for some weird reason think men find desirable, or that what women should find desirable in a woman. It's just crazy. Uglification was never meant to stay in games. No, of course not. It didn't start in games either. Few female streamers I find attractive in a conventional way, but most of them are women I stream with, so it's more so because I actually know them as opposed to actual looks. That's fair, Leon. I think you can find somebody physically attractive at first glance and then find them repulsive after a month of knowing them. And you can find somebody more attractive the more you get to know them, even if it's not about physical attraction and it's more about their personality and their heart and their character. Those are all valid ways of finding somebody attractive. I'm just talking like the first glance looking at a streamer. They all just, I've said this before, they all just look like run of the mill to me. They all look like they have the Instagram face going on, you know? I wouldn't even say she's aging poorly, Truth. She's just aging. We all age. It's the fact that she has nothing but money in her life that's the saddest part, you know? Yeah, they just all look the same. There's nothing unique about them. Cynthia Erivo. Okay. What does Asmund say after the credits here? Let's see.
Maybe next year people vote for you. Oh, yeah. Yeah. For sure, guys. For sure. For sure, I'm going to get in there tomorrow. I'm never going to win an award. I'm never going to get invited to the show. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen next year. It's not going to happen the year after that. It's never going to happen. Like it, love it, hate it, cry about it. That's the way it is. They never going to give me an award. I could get double the views as everybody else, double the votes as everybody else, and they would say, nope.
Yeah, Oblivion, I find a lot of the things YouTube does to be retarded and ass backwards, but good luck every game to fix it.
And I wonder why. I wonder why. It's a fucking mystery. Nobody knows why. Nobody can figure it out.
I mean, somebody knows why.
And yeah, that's it. And so, because you wouldn't go. I mean, I never went before. Honestly, I never went before. But no, I'm like, don't ever expect that to happen. It's never gonna happen. Like, I'm just.
And I saw people online saying like, oh yeah, well, just look at Asmongold sitting in his dirty, rat-infested apartment while all these other pretty people are dressed up at this award show. It's like, you don't think Asmon could like, take a shower and put on a suit and go to an award show? Of course he could. He just doesn't want to. I should get an award. Yeah, I should get an award for the least effort put into my YouTube channel. Like, it's the most fitting of my channel's name, I gotta tell you. Like, I was watching, Atreus put a video out today, kind of the quartering meme of my channel's under attack, but he legit actually has had YouTube doing some shit with him. Recently saying that one of his videos had nudity when it didn't. It was like a Metroid Prime video that he was talking about Metroid. And so the funny thing about that was he was talking about the time where his channel was growing really well and then it slowed down. It was right around the same time my channel had been growing really fast and then it hit 10,000 subscribers and then it just died. It died. And then it took me a year, practically a whole year, to gain 2,000 more subscribers. And since the last 3 or 4 months of not being able to be consistent, I've actually lost more subscribers than I've gained in like the last month and a half. So I'm really living up to the name now, guys. I'm not even kidding. Let me see. The minimal effort award goes to, exactly, Moby always wore jeans and a white t-shirt for the MTV Awards back in the day. Moby. Did anybody actually listen to Moby? Oh yeah, no. I know that it's not just me. I know the YouTube algorithm has been dog shit. But it's just funny. It's ironic, you know. Living up to my name. Steady at 11.9. A game that my daughter and I can enjoy, Split Fiction. I would play it. Moby Radiohead, I like it. I can't name a single song by Moby. I just can't. Oh yeah, rave music, that would make sense. Yo, Empress, good morning. It's because it was on the Ben Affleck Daredevil soundtrack. Unironically, a dope-ass soundtrack, yeah. You know, honestly, Daredevil wasn't a great movie, but I've seen worse. I've seen far worse in my time. Hell, the Spawn movie was worse than Daredevil. Spawn was terrible, and it should have been awesome. It really should have been good. All right. Well, it's late enough as it is. I need to get some sleep. Talk about, you know, doing something with my channel. I should probably actually sleep so I can get to work at a decent time so I can actually make some videos at some point tomorrow night where I'm not exhausted, right? Mortal Kombat soundtrack OG. There's a lot of great soundtracks out there. There's a lot of really good ones. Unfortunately, I have kind of forgotten about soundtracks because now that Spotify has killed albums and physical media and stuff, nobody really listens to soundtracks anymore, too. You're live? Oh, sweet. We'll go over to your channel then. That's awesome. That's perfect timing. Let me get the redirect set up. I just need to have that set as a standard thing where we redirect to your channel. Total War, Warhammer, awesome. Grease 2 soundtrack. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I watched Grease 2 one time in my entire life. I didn't even like the first Grease movie. Like, if I'm being brutally honest, the first movie, I liked it the first 3-4 times I watched it, but then it's like, it got to be a bit much after a while. Yo, we got 26 likes and no dislikes. Someone needs to fix that. We need to fix that on the stream, guys. Somebody needs to hit the dislike button. We really need to see some dislikes. Let me see here. Customization, redirect, and Empress, would you like me to redirect to your 40K Empress channel or G-Hammer Empress? Which one would you prefer? You just disliked it? I knew that you could do it for me, Leon. Don't forget to rate on Kick with the 3 viewers. Screw that, man. Screw that. Kick is what it is. I'm not doing anything with Kick. Live streaming of Lord Miles. Lord Miles is going to be live streaming again. When is this? Guys, Lord Miles is still alive. I heard he was in a Saudi Arabian prison. I didn't realize he was actually still kicking. Doesn't matter? All right, we'll do this one then. Yeah, please tell me you guys know who Lord Miles is, right? Put it back to 100%. No, don't do that. Don't do that. It'd be funny if everybody just disliked the stream. See if it actually had like a positive effect instead of a negative effect. We're gonna manufacture turning me into a lolcow is what we're gonna do. Oh, Lord Miles. He's a legend. He's like in his maybe late to mid 20s. He's a British chap. He's traveled all over the world. He's done like dark tourism. Dark tourism, is that what they call it? I can't remember. Where you go to like dangerous places. He's been chummy with the Taliban. He's gonna start a gold mine over in Afghanistan. He went to North Sentinel Island. He was talking about going to no, not North Sentinel. North Sentinel's the one that has the tribe on it. He went to the one off the coast of, I can't remember which island it's called. It's got those snakes all over it. But yeah, crazy son of a bitch. YouTube algorithm sudden dislikes channel must be bad, Nuke. You should have the chat this way so we can see it on screen. But would it make sense during the stream though? Like, and the only reason you'd see like chats on the screen, you can't see Odyssey or Rumble chat. You can see Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. So, but you can't see Twitter. Got a game for an hour before bed, dude. I feel you there, but unfortunately, I did leave myself into gaming time tonight. Leon, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. We'll reconnect soon. So I can spam on Kick and react with people. Hey, fair enough. You know, we could try doing that. I could add a little chat box. Who's Lord Miles? All right, let me see if I can find his YouTube. Hang on. He does more on Twitter. I think he posts a lot more on Twitter, but he has been in custody of like the Saudi Arabian government, the Taliban. He gets detained at all the different airports that he goes to because they all think he's like a Muslim terrorist, even though he's like a British Catholic guy. It's hilarious. He calls himself Lord Miles. He's not actually like a knight or anything. So here you go. This is his YouTube channel here. And he was doing a 40-day fast. What got him in trouble was he was doing a 40-day fast, and he was on Polymarket. And a lot of people, were pissed off because he was actually like 20 days into his fast, and they thought he was cheating. And so they reported him to the authorities in Saudi Arabia, and the police came and picked him up and detained him because then they're accusing him of like manipulating gambling. It's this long, crazy story. It's just one of the many pieces of his stories, you know. I guess there's not anything here. I saw an upcoming thing when I put my, when I went to redirect, but I guess he doesn't have anything upcoming. He must still be in prison. We'll see. Yeah, no, he's had a crazy life, and the dude is like maybe in his mid to late 20s. So, anyways, guys, I am out of here. We will go over to Empress's channel. I will try to hang for a few minutes, and then I will be off. But we will do a stream instead of Wednesday night. We're going to do a stream on Thursday night, and we'll do a review of the Game Awards and see what new wonderful retardation came out of that. And in the meantime, guys, thank you all for the support. Appreciate y'all for hanging out, showing up, supporting the channel, even when I don't have time to put much into it. So, no, he's not still fasting though. That ended. That whole thing ended when he got arrested. The whole, I think the entire thing is off. So, pretty sure that's all done. I'm going to make sure to give myself about 20 seconds before I hit end stream. Otherwise, you guys are going to laugh at me if I cut myself off midstream again. So, awesome. Appreciate you guys. Take it easy.